before to hear this guy, Aline, the senior superintendent on the Sunny Grande station. And not only that, too, I had a next, in 2 days after the first experience I had, the man was walking the dog again to the streets of Grande around 6 o'clock in the evening.
But yeah, what will you do? You go ahead.
No, wait, let me finish. It had about 6 policemen on the streets and not a few feet away from the man who walked, and none of them will do nothing. You see the man with the dog, and you walk into the streets at Grande with a big pit bull, no leash, and when I talk to people, they say, boy, they're tired talk to that man about it. They're tired talk to the police about it. Eh? What more could people do, Andy? You could be walking through the streets in a public place with a big pit bull, and nobody can do that man nothing. Aline, oh God, where is people as me, boy? You know what time I call for them and they're never in office? Andy, have a good day, Andy.
Thank you very much. Nice, so the lines are open. Lennox, you put up your thing by the time you're going to be live. I will see you. So go put up your thing. You put your camera or something by the time.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that you're in order. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So don't forget to send your voice notes. I'll make sure that you're in order. Make your calls. A pleasant good morning to you, caller. What's on your front burner this morning?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to the ground report.
And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New Zealand. Good morning, sir. My front burner is our tourist destination. Because of the crime situation a couple of weeks ago, a guy got shot. He used to be a sports guy. You know, they said that the guy was in the wrong place at the wrong time and he died. So home tourists come into Trinidad and they get shot. They will tell them the same thing in the wrong place at the wrong time. So why we keep investing money into tourism? We should start looking at seeing what has to be happening at this time and try to educate the younger population as to how they should behave. Good morning and have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. Well, boys, so don't forget I'm taking calls. Yes, I'm taking voice notes too.
Good morning to you, Andy. What happened is, right, the road in Princestown, New Grant area, inside Daly Road. The road very, very bad. And we have complained about the road. The councillor, Gory, he come, he visit, and the city road would have been fixed and nobody never came back or anything like that to fix the road. Can you highlight that for me this morning, please? Because the road is very bad.
Nice, nice. How many what road is that?
Good morning to you, Andy. What happened is, right, the road in Princestown, New Grant area, inside Daly Road.
Right, Daly Road. Right, so that's the road in the Princestown, New Grant area. Daly Road. Oh boy, it's in a mess. I don't know many of the authorities do look onto the ground report. And then not only that, I will organize and send that message to the councillor to find out, well, what's the beef on that? Nice. So don't forget the lines are open. The numbers to call 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Or send your WhatsApp voice notes. Or give us a WhatsApp call at 366-3053, 366-3053. Welcome to the ground report.
And somewhere on that journey,
The Crown Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
bang, 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 bang. Then I'm lonely and you understand what the darkest nation.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Mikey, Lennox, Newbie, and to everybody out there. Andy, Jahaji, bye. Brotherhood on the boat. No room for racists. If you don't want to get on board, get off. Get off. We ain't have no time for that. Move out of the way so that we can pass. And I want to tell this first voice note person, but he's already taxing the dead. You have to pay VAT on cremation. You have to pay VAT on burial. Everything is being taxed now. We're not getting away. Just now all the small vendors and them, right, all who's selling the little thing by the road in the little table and whatever, they are going to be taxed as well. Elections have consequences. Elections have consequences. And stop looking at race. Race not helping buying groceries or paying bills. No. Race only pulling all you down. And it's about time we uplift ourselves in this country. So get on the boat. Get on the brotherhood on the boat. Get on it. Right? And Andy, another thing I wanted to tell you about. You have to be very, very careful with Tallman. Yesterday I know you told him that you were on the radio now and to be careful. He's not going to do that. We all you know that. Right? He's going to say something for Telecommunications Authority to come after all you. So it's up to all what all you want to do. But I know, we all know the individual. He's going to drop some nasty voice notes. Take care, everybody, and have a good day.
Nice. Thanks so much. Oh boy.
In the way, oh man, in the way, I have the seed of the father. He is the seed of the grandfather. Who is the seed of Mahmoud Acha? He came from Calcutta. Stick on a bag on his shoulder.
Oh boy. Let me say pleasant good morning to Rusty Neal. Thanks to the papers them there. Madam, a pleasant good morning to you. Big Ram and his wife, good morning. I'm gonna send your voice notes by the time.
Yeah, what no more mother Africa, no more mother India, just mother Trinity. My put a jablan pictures and dead. Down in the carol display.
In the Guardian, I'm seeing a relative Sept. Woman on fire. Imagine that, eh? At this point in time, they're also saying here in the Guardian, the government is organizing online property tax payment. As an option. Because when they see now we're going to pay this property tax and everybody have a deadline by the 30th. So it's real horrific. Just like the tax itself, the payments and all. It's very hurtful.
Emancipation on the right foundations. Since for them was with that journey, 150 years gonna receive. Whether you're Hindu,
The Chamber hopes that the TTRA modernizes revenue collections. Because that and all is a problem. So the Chamber hopes if the TTRA modernizes revenue collections. They said the missing cousins were stabbed before thrown into the Sept River. And the minority leader Dennis in Tobago is accusing Fali of covering up misconduct. My God, my God. Dennis,
If you want to know,
as clean as you want Fali to come with you, yes, I know. All of us will want any leaders in the position to come clean. But please, while you're saying you want Fali to come clean, when you come into misconduct, I would like that you throw the same talk and call out on central government. You pay them counterparts in Trinidad to investigate misconduct within your own cabinet, within your own government on the whole. Okay, Dennis? Oh boy, let me see if any voice notes come in here by the meanwhile. Only hearing somebody from burners and them. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Andy, good morning. Lennox, good morning. Mikey, good morning. Blessing to you all, my brothers. Andy, yesterday I made a comment stating that I hope TNT proved me wrong, that PNM will win this election again and again and again. I heard one of your callers said the only time they come out is when it's time to fit. I agree that 1000%, but not just only fit. Let KFC go up, and let there is no pepper sauce or mustard pack for them to use. As Rowley saying, the people are trying to make us stupid. And I believe they have proved him right in what he said. And a blessed morning to you, my brother, and keep up the great work. Hope to see you soon. Bye.
Pleasant good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Andy, let us not forget the abandoned Caroni Racing Complex. Let us not forget the highway to Tuku. Let us not forget all these projects that the PNM have started in running into the tune of billions of dollars that is now just there in the ground, and have the audacity to come and talk about anybody else. Like Trinidadians just forget.
To tell Kingsley, if he feel we taking any chain up with that stupidness he come in with, as our George sang, he better think it over and think it again. Jack wanna try this nonsense last week by saying, oh, PNM people vexed because George Young acting Prime Minister. We don't care hell who it is acting Prime Minister. The fact is, we have an assignment in 2025, and the UNC is not to come back in office ever again in this country. So they could come and talk about vex and who have a phone on. Kingsley, we ain't care nothing about that. We have an assignment come 2025. We end business. Get phone hung up in the airs. We sailing into 2025 with it. So you take it. Because Pamela Posadi says I can't even win a local election. Farmer General, look, Kingsley, just hold, yes? Have a blessed day.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang, bang.
Oh boy, as we did to you all, or did tell you all, or continue to tell you all, The fight won't be an easy fight, eh? But together and understanding what we are going through in Trinidad and Tobago, and just wanting the right thing, we will come out victorious. We have to do what we have to do from now. All hands on deck.
Good morning. I like the point your caller now raised there about pensioners being on fixed incomes. I know several pensioners who I know personally who used to do odd jobs. Their pensions and getting pensions, their pensions were either stopped or they were warned to discontinue working or doing other jobs to supplement that fixed income. The point that your caller was making is that cost of living has gone up by some odd amount of percentages. So if cost of living is going up and you're on a fixed income, that means you have less income to spend. Where the one social welfare, who is in charge of the pension, is telling you if you try to supplement your income by doing anything extra, you can lose your pension altogether. That's my point for the morning. So then how are senior citizens to cope with the increased in cost of living? If they can't, if social welfare is not allowing them to do anything extra to supplement their income.
Very, very good contribution, my brother. K and N. Very good contribution. What I say, they say well, point well taken. Yeah, right? Point well taken.
Andy, like I said, great programming. Well done to you guys for putting YouTube and all the Facebook and all this dial TV, everything and both. Great. To the entire world to see what a dog and India not thinking, didn't compute 12 finals that we have in our country. I mean, you guys need to get out there. You need to process 100, 200,000 people come out. How much are they going to kill? One? You have that process. You need to process the government and get rid of the government. Then you will be going to get the There's always going to be observers from the Caribbean, like his bodies in them. And you know what's going to happen? Nothing is going to come out of that. They will say, fair election. The observers come and needed, foreign observers, like, from the American.
And I agree with you, you know. I believe because of the observers and you know people will want observers, you'll move smart, you'll bring Caribbean observers. You would have done her luck. And the Stuart Young issue, I don't give a damn at the end of the day. Whether it be Stuart Young, whether it be call him in birth, whether it be who, our issue is to get rid of the PNM government. So we have a PNM Prime Minister. Because there's nothing more they have to offer us. What could they offer us after 10 years? What the manifesto could have? What it is they're going to promise that they will do that they ain't doing 10 years? And then you're wondering if people have common sense. Just natural common sense. Do they have it? The government didn't offer raise a pension. The government have not raised the minimum wage. The government have not heat up the economy and create any kind of construction boom, anything that can create jobs or anything. For a matter of fact, all they have done to us is taxes, 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 taxes. And let me say a pleasant good morning to somebody on YouTube that is their name is PNM Till a Dead. Wow, have a lot of new people, eh? Hey, Tommy, a pleasant good morning to you, Stephen Young, Stephen. Stephen Young, a pleasant good morning, Tommy. Baby Rampasad, hey, baby on the wall. How could I forget Miss Balmain? Good morning to you. Miss Vancouver, a pleasant good morning, Monica. Hey, Sabrina, good morning to you. Hi, Sam Lang saying good morning. Boudram John, a pleasant good morning to you, Nude. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Anthony, Anna Ramsamy, good morning. Bernadette, a pleasant good morning. PNM till I die. Good morning to you. Oh boy, Primraj, good morning. Tony, good morning. All of you, all of you. Alicia, that I look on all of you. Smeran Ghani, all of you. Roger Mohammed, Brian, good morning. Boy, so much of you already lock on to the #1 program on Real Media TT on Facebook, Real Media TT on YouTube. Kendall, all of you. Gemma, all of you, good morning, Crystal. Oh boy. So much of you already lock on. Good morning. I hope you all like. Well, share. Let everyone know where you are. Let everyone know where you are, where they need to lock on to. And don't forget to also let them know that will be live on Gallery Channel in a little bit. Hey, Run DMC, good morning. Daro, pleasant good morning to you. Very good, Lennox Smith. Them not seeing you. I seeing you. No longer waiting for that. Oh boy. Time to join, man.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, my friend, I had to do some quick improvisation.
Guys, don't worry about that. Let's just continue, man.
Yes, I dug deep in order to, of course, make certain that we can enjoy, in order to, of course, to enjoy the benefits and the information here. I took note of the caller who talked.
Nice, I see your mouth moving on time now.
Who clearly is a diehard. Well, clearly she is prepared to die hard. It's a good thing, of course. They are in the vast minority. In fact, I think that they are nearing extinction when one looks at the fact that the PNM is unable to win the majority of the electorate in the country. In other words, the popular vote, whether it be over 60,000 persons, more persons voted for the UNC in the local government elections. So that is considered a win. Of course, she will not consider it a win, just as Rowley and the quality doesn't matter once, of course, the numerical difference based on constituencies and or electoral districts are concerned. But suppose at the end of the day, the proof of the pudding is in that number. But certainly, in terms of being able to govern, as we have seen, they are unable to do so, particularly in circumstances where they are dishonest and, of course, corrupt and want not to deliver or shortchange, I should say, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. But go to the lines. Go ahead.
Nice. Minute. Caller, pleasant good morning to you, caller. Where are you calling from and what's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning? Hello, good morning. All right. Just now. Oh boy, all right. Lennox, you go ahead by the time.
Yes, well, I want to say to those who are on Corridor Transformation on YouTube, we are back up and running. Yes, we had to, of course, reboot earlier, and of course on Love Laventil. We have joined the Ground Report, so you will be getting the full benefit of the information that we would have not just gleaned but assembled for your edification and for making decisions that are in your own best interest, the country's best interest by extension, and our children, our children's children. It matters not to those what I consider to be those aberrations, because one or two persons will say PNM till they're dead, etc., etc. We understand that. So, but we have to live for them. You see, it is nothing different to when rain is falling. When rain falls, it falls on every man's house top. There's no discrimination. So when we would have done the right thing for Trinidad and Tobago, unfortunately, in some instances, people may say, but I find that as a human being, they have to benefit as well. So maybe in such circumstances, they figure that they could be reckless, they could be brutal, they could be obscene, they could be obnoxious, and at any rate, whatever good people would have assembled as a consequence of destroying the evil, which of course in this case is Rowley and his minions and his government. They too will benefit. In some quarters, it's unfortunate, but it is not discriminatory simply because they are citizens of Trinidad and Tobago as well. So you have to forgive them. Not to forget them, but forgive them, and we move on, of course, inexorably to transform Trinidad and Tobago to the paradise that we know it can be. The utopia that was promised by Rowley, in fact, he went on to say that he could do more with less. That is as similar or as equal to his nonsense. To his nonsense talk about, of course, going to Likoto and of course doing some kind of invocation in order to destroy his previous boss, and suggesting to us that was a good thing for him, but of course for the rest of us it has turned out to be disaster, pain, ache, agony, and absolute and total socio-economic and psychological destruction over the last 9 years, and therefore that level of tolerance, that level of betrayal must not continue. Now that we have 2025 to come, as the caller rightly says, yes, 2025 will come. The only difference is it will not carry on. It will not carry on the charlatanism and the incompetence and the impotence and the failure of a Rowley PNM administration, a clear and unadulterated criminal enterprise led by clearly an individual who can be similarly ascribed, and therefore what he has done is assembled criminals as well. So whether it's Stuart Young, whether it's anybody else, it doesn't matter. Who cares who, as the caller rightly said, who cares whether Stuart Young is at the helm or not? The PNM itself is a criminal enterprise and must be dislodged, must be eliminated, must exit Trinidad and Tobago politics in this country. Yes, indeed. Of course, so we have one or two other items that we could look at. Let me just get the newspaper up and running again. Yes, indeed. So many multitasking activities that has to take place in one broadcast. I never thought I would have found myself in this situation. But of course, the Lord moves in mysterious ways, His wonders to perform. PNM Tobago leader, of course, Trevor James, pretending to hate Trinidad. Well, I suppose only one man could talk that talk, is somebody who, of course, is at the helm of the PNM in Tobago. I think is that guy who was the former chief secretary. I could be wrong because I didn't read the article, but let me just go to it out of an abundance of caution. Yeah, himself, a PNM Tobago leader, Trevor James, pretending to hate Trinidad, and then of course he continues. PNM Tobago council leader, Ansel Dennis, said THA Infrastructure Secretary Trevor James only pretends not to like Trinidad. At a PNM meeting, excuse me, on September 15th at the Bel Air Gardens multi-purpose facility, Dennis said James has made several comments which could damage Tobago's image. I wonder what are they? The zip line, I suppose, or spending money that you can't find, or not even the bank. Let's see. James has claimed that politicians in Trinidad are conspiring and weaponizing state institutions such as the police licensing officers and the Environmental Management Authority to attack Tobago House of Assembly officials and hinder the current administration. On September 5th, licensing officers and the police visited James's home homes in Signal Hill, yes, and seized his cell phone and searched his van. The warrant said the search was related to an investigation into alleged misbehavior in public office. James has pushed for autonomy, saying that the dynamics of the relationship between Trinidad and Tobago must change. However, Dennis said James is only blaming the PNM after acting recklessly in office. He said James must look in the mirror when claiming there is a threat to democracy. Wow. He said, I wonder if he has been looking in the mirror. But let's continue. He said many property owners have seen their rights trampled during the projects under James' division. He said that the EMA has also been ignored repeatedly. This is a very dangerous. Can you imagine investigators looking on? Yeah, no, not investigators. Investors looking on at this, wishing to invest in Tobago, and the reality is that the government in Tobago, as they like to call themselves, does not respect property rights, one of the most basic and fundamental rights in any serious democracy. I would not want to venture further because I think that is hypocritical, that is platitudinous. It is really pontification of people who have had a track record too long and too winding, meandering to remember in totality, and then of course you have this level of hypocrisy. I would want to dismiss that. I'm not going to give any currency to that. Blogger seeking information told PM not aware of FUL messages. So there's something about bloggers and messages. I didn't get a chance to read that. PM returns home after medical checkup. Well, of course, people were saying, why didn't stay here after you're boasting that you have such a healthy, and you and your minister, healthy medical system or health system? Why not? And in fact, you have introduced another disease called, of course, crime and criminality. You say, of course, it's a public health scourge. Munilal claims the government collapse SSA. Well, no doubt, because, of course, if you say that that is the institution, the occupants thereof were plotting to overthrow your government. And then, of course, you are now doing what? You are now negotiating with them with respect to the rest of their contracts and so on, and possibly to re-employ them. And then it means, therefore, you had made a fool, tried to make a fool of the people. But of course, at the end of the day, you spit in the sky, you fall in your face, and therefore, you should be contemplating getting out of office. Gonzales, raising electricity rates not a priority at this time. Clearly not a priority at this time. Is election time. But what about post-election? And don't tell me all don't understand that. Don't tell me that, because of course the same thing was told to Roger and his team, that of course no doubt would have put out a lot of the OWTU's money to of course do all the preliminary surveys and all of the business planning and documentation, and then of course Rowley and they tell them wait until after the 2020 elections, and after that was zilch, nothing. So we know. So Gonzales, we are not going to wait for any other time for this to be a priority, because we know it was a priority, save for, of course, the delays because of concerned citizens who have, of course, put some salt or put some fly in your ointment agenda to, of course, put the population under more pressure by virtue of not just electricity rates increase, but also water rates. So we know we are not blinded, and we are not like sheep to the slaughter or lamb to the slaughter. No, we are going to demonstrate how disapproval we are of that level of deception that is this government, conmanship and chicanery. Terence, Terence and wife threatened to sue Shania for leaking a viral video. Well, I hope. Well, let me not say that, but of course, I hope it's not. I hope I was trying to say I hope that it was not Terence Dial Singh, or should I say I hope it is. Anyhow, that being as may, TKR returns home. Man held in Venezuela for murder in Cunupia. So that's a very interesting one. Let me see if I can give you some details on that one. Man held in Venezuela for murder in Cunupia. Let's see what has happened here. A Venezuelan man believed to be the prime suspect in a murder in Cunupia has been detained in his home country. Commissioner Jackson Sagez, London, announced the arrest at a press conference in Tucupita over the weekend. The suspect, known by his alias Goyo, was held at his home, right, in the Delta Amacuro state. He was also wanted in Venezuela for aggravated robbery and having guns. So that's the kind of person Rowley and them give freedom to be in Trinidad. So what has happened? Several media outlets, including of course Kainati TV channel and Tene Noticias, reported the arrest. This on September 14th. Tene Noticia reported that officers from the Police Delta Criminal Investigation Department held the suspect the same day he returned to Tucupita. London told reporters that the matter had been referred to the Public Prosecution's Office, which is working with the public ministry. When asked about the next step of consideration, considering the crime took place in Trinidad, London responded that the Venezuelan authority would collaborate with their counterparts in Trinidad and Tobago to determine whether the suspect would serve his sentence in a national prison or be extradited to face charges. So, of course, we know what's happening, right? On September 8th, the victim, Richard Scrappy, was found dead with a belt around. Oh, that's murder. The belt around his neck at his home at the corner of Marshall Trace and Marshall Trace Extension in Cunupia. All right. Okay. So that was the murder that was one of the statistical nightmares of Trinidad and Tobago with a belt around his neck. So we know that is related to that. Let's go back, of course, to the other parts of the news. Baptiste, was that?
Yes, I said, but meanwhile, what we're going to do is just, excuse me, take a little calls and come back. I just get caught unexpected.
We are about to go live.
Kids just go to school early. Okay. And I am shocking that your kid calling you from school. Well, don't reach the school and calling you and say, no schools is in this country, eh?
yes.
You leave for school, but you're calling parents.
Wow.
Oh boy. You're calling parents from school.
It celebrates victory as Privy Council rules Revenue Authority lawful, and he is.
Oh my God! So the Privy Council rules Revenue Authority lawful.
And he's celebrating that. He's celebrating that. Yeah. People have to be dismissed. People have to be subjected to political decision making of the entities to manage this affair, this entire entity, this new entity. And then, of course, we have the track record of this government. They are prepared, of course, to infiltrate and to engage in corrupt nepotism, cronyism, in order to have their agenda fulfilled. But I know that in the fullness of time, 2025 will come, the people will decide, and we will have an opportunity, of course, for the reversal of all of this by Kamala Persad-Bissessar and the UNC. We must do better, we can do better, and the only entity so to do with a leader that is sensitive sufficiently is that of the UNC and Kamala Persad-Bissessar. Yes, my friend, go ahead.
I agree with you 100%. Oh boy. Let me just organize and just play a little voice note.
Good morning. That's what mommy just called and said to hold. I could hear it in a voice, Andy. I could hear it in a voice. He's struggling to talk. He's looking for food. He's begging. I'm struggling, but she's sick with pain. She will go and eat the grass and the drum, but she'll stick with the pain.
Well, that's a classic definition of someone who is suicidal. I see that there's some advocacy saying that they want to decriminalize suicide. Well, that person might be the beneficiary, or persons of such tendency may well be the beneficiary of that, because that tantamounts to suicide. Yeah.
Tantamounts to suicide?
Yeah. Definitely. That person want to commit suicide. That is what that is about. Can't tell me that you are sane enough to talk that nonsense.
Good morning to you.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Lennox.
Good
I'm
morning.
a friend Mike. It's already go down for
Yes.
California here, right?
Hey, how are you good, man? Yeah, loud and clear, my friend.
I want to highlight a few things, right?
Yes, go ahead.
And the reason for highlighting is for people to hear and to see. Two things, right? That's common sense. To hear and to see. And if they cannot hear and you cannot see, then something is wrong with your common sense. If I can apply any form of knowledge. Number one, now you have to pay Pasa online. Do a Pasa bill. Now you have to pay Tiantek online. Do Tiantek bill. And when you go to the bank and other places, they want a utility bill to verify the right? Plus, you will say no, pay the property tax online. Right? Number two, instead of the people stand up against the government for the property tax, and line up in long line, and we are going in this one and fighting to not pay the government the property tax. That is not property tax enough. That is a rental tax. Property and land tax is so totally different. So I don't know how they come up with this property tax. That is a rental value tax. Right? I think the people to understand how the government change the wording, right? Change the narrative, and then put a fear behind it. If you don't pay, they come in for what they have value, the money, or they take it from. Right? The whole objective. Right? So point number three, you know that I'm saying you could get a horse to the water and you can't make him drink. You could take the gutter out of the man, but you can't take the man out of, if you take the man out of the gutter, but you can't take the gutter out of the man. Those first line defense, the first line defense of the PNM is the people who they say, I stay until I die. No problem with that. We have no problem with that. You understand? You could take the man out of the gutter, but you can't take the gutter out of the man. You could take them out of the PNM, but you can't take the PNM out of the. Right? You can't do that. They have to do that for themselves. You understand? And if they cannot see and hear and feel what this government is doing to we, then something is naturally wrong with their common sense. You let them work that matter out. It has nothing to do. You understand? Now we're coming up to a wide road. This wide road is just two. UNC on one side, PNM on one side. When you reach that wide road, you have to make a decision. Either you go on the road with the PNM and go down to the low sink, the battery, right? And then they take up all the clothes and beat you inside of it. Or go on the road with the yellow, the UNC, and you see paradise ahead. Right? It's all about that. If the people cannot see the future and see what is coming, and they want to choose to go after the PNM and suffer more, right? And then the PNM beat them with hard times, and crime and all them things, let them go. And if the people who want a little better see that UNC have good plan and it won't be pressure on the UNC at the scene of the fire, right? Let them go. That's why I wrote in the come next year. And then the people have to wake up what they want to do. If the country had to move forward and the country had to be rescued, if we had to do it. And if we try and if they change, so be it, Andy. We have to come to terms with it and die with them. Okay, have a nice day. Until I found Mikey and ask him, okay, bye bye.
Thank you very much, caller. Oh boy, Lennox Smith, you're looking so clean and nice there, my brother.
Yes, man.
Like you're blasting out, boy. Like you're blasting out.
Yeah.
Nice, so clean.
I doing
Come here for
something
my everything in order there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So trying to make sure the lines are open. The lines are open. Well, I know when we go live on dial, well, I know how to drop my volume a little bit. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Errol Fabian. A pleasant good morning to you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So let's go back to the lines. Trinidad and Tobago, the lines are open. Yes, the lines are open. Let us give you all a lot of the headliners. A lot of the headliners. What says though? I like how we mentioned that Martin Column Imbert is celebrating the victory with the authority.
Yeah. And the consequence of that is nothing different to the consequence of closing down Petrotrin. You're opening up something on this occasion, but it is pernicious, of course, to those who are involved. Just a few of the officers who want to get transferred to the new system and the associated offerings in terms of work conditions, etc. And then there are a few of those who decide to resign early, take their severance, etc., their VSEP package. But you have not yet said what that entails. The PSA, I'm only of course repeating what the PSA has said, that there's no formal decision and or negotiations with respect to that. And then of course we are not certain who are the ones that this government have in regard to its track record. It has infiltrated the central bank, causing, of course, even the bank itself to compromise its integrity. We have seen that recently when the governor refused, of course, to meet with the Auditor General. The Auditor General herself being subjected, of course, to the draconian measures and the overreach of a government that clearly is extremely reckless, and its central forte, its raison d'etre, its purpose for existence is to dominate and to stay in government. That is an auto coup, and we must of course see them for what they are. In spite of all of that, however, we have seen that they are declining electorally when we look at the figures in the two recent elections.
Yes, but hold on that 1 minute, Lennox Smith, because I agree with you with the whole issue of the Auditor General. But go ahead, caller. Oh boy, a pleasant good morning to you, caller. What's your contribution on the ground report this morning, the #1 program in Trinidad and Tobago? Good morning to you.
Andy Williams, Mikey K. Lennox Smith, good morning. You hear me?
Loud and clear, my friend.
Reporter, loud and clear.
Yes, I sent you a small video clip in about 40-something seconds. You see it come across there, right?
I will check it out. I'm going to check it out.
Well, I will give you a piece of it here now. I need you all to look at that because Trinidad meat trade going on, because down to the man who selling bottled water on the streets will be taxed in this country. Because the government now get through that matter outside it, that they will have the legal rights to tax every citizen that trying to sell something, down to the man who's selling orange by the side of the road. What it is wrong with this government? They don't see we are under so much pressure already with their policies and bring this. But I still want to thank them because that is going to give the citizen a reason to get rid of them. You have to get rid of the PNM now because this policy that they now come up with, that they want to tax every business, and if you don't create something and get involved with the government, you cannot make a sideline hustle here in Trinidad and Tobago. I hope the people who vote for the PNM get involved with this and understand what is going on here now. So you people who sell in the little bottled water and you little vendors throughout Port Spain and through the communities, like all the little side stacks and them where they sell the little fruits in the community, you all will be taxed by the government. And that is a very serious thing because the government never do nothing for the people, especially this arm of PNM from 2015 to today. The PNM cannot put themselves on a top-notch record to say, well, they help this population. They did nothing for us. Nothing you did for us is more than pain and suffering and full up our cemeteries. You understand? That we all you do and make funeral agents more rich in this country. I so struck this morning that I wake up and had to skin my phone and see that on my phone that the government win a matter from the Privy Council. You know. If they win that matter in order, you could just implement that one time in the country here, you know. And all these little vendors and them noticing youths and them going to be selling water all over the place. That's why I'm concerned about this morning. So I hope and you look into it and only make a move with this thing because people of Trinidad and Tobago, that is the end of the line for poor people here. Poor people didn't stand a chance again under this pain. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you very much, very, very much. I'll organize. I want to believe I ain't seen the video that you say you sent, but I will organize and check it and check it out.
I took note, Andy, that in the article where that particular so-called victory, I consider to be a hollow victory because it does not give any signal that Trinidad and Tobago circumstance will be improved. So I am not convinced that it is a victory at all, especially where the people is concerned. They may believe it's a victory from a judicial perspective, but certainly in terms of the people, no, of course not, because they have been very draconian, they have been very evil, they have been very debilitating. We have another call. Go ahead, take the call.
Boy. That's now there, right? Because I try now to go into WhatsApp to pull them videos and then.
Oh, right, okay. So, I'm not convinced of that at all. There's a victory of substance.
Yeah, we have some lengthy voice notes. Some voice notes here. So let me just play with some of those voice notes there. Right. I know Audrey said in Chumaka Lavantil it have water for 7 days now. So that is highlighted. Chumaka Lavantil, no water, 7 days now. Wow. Hey, Alicia Ghani, a pleasant good morning to you. Oh boy, I now seeing a missed call from you. So right, let's continue. Showing. Hey, Selwyn, in fact. Selwyn Lockon in the UK. A pleasant good morning to Selwyn. Right, yes, LENNOX Smith had a delay. He don't have any delay anymore. LENNOX Smith is coming up top of the line. Yesterday was a trial and error. Today, I want no error. Yeah. Well, they must see no errors today. Everything will be running up and running and very, very, very smooth. No errors. We leave no room for no errors today. Nice. Let me play a voice note here. No, that, yeah.
Andy, morning to the ground report. And I tell a small little voice note here. You see how Trinidadian is operated by? Instead of Trinidadian come together and start to protest against the property tax and show the government that they're not paying it, they're looking for ways to pay it and lining up in long lines to not pay it. Let me show you how much afraid the government. They wouldn't stand up to the government when they're bullying them to do this and pay property tax and pay this and pay that. They will line up long line. But here we're going on. Them have lecture to give from here to Sandigadi. Yeah. Trinidadian, this is Trinidadian. Stand up for the right thing. Tell the government we're not paying that property tax. Or they're looking to go online. One thing you go online. Online for you're going to say Wasa online. Tech online, property tax online, everything going online. Yeah, no mail, so nothing, no bill. And then when you go to some places in the bank and this place and that place, you want utility bill. What are you going on in this country, boy? Where people go wake up there and see that it's time to start to stand up to this government. Okay?
I know, Andy, the only reason why they introduced that now is because they were criticized for having people stand in long lines outside these revenue offices with cash in hand and the exposure to the bandits. You understand? So that is an appeasement introduction or interjection. And that is typical of these people. They tell you things to pacify, to have some mental ease, but at the end of the day, your experience is the same, and if not worse. So that doesn't stop the bandits from, of course, engaging, whether you go to the bank or you stay at home, as the case may be. They are all over. They are ubiquitous, yes.
Oh boy, they are ubiquitous.
Yes, ubiquitous. They're all over. They're like Christ. They have an omnipresence all over.
They're all over. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nice. Let me organize and take our next voice note by the time there. Nice. The hang of this is very easy, man. Very, very easy. Just get in there. Oh boy. Nice. So we get through here. Next voice note here.
Andy, good morning. Black Chinese here.
Go ahead,
Just listening to that voice note of this support of the People's National Movement. Do you hear what she said? You hear the level of ignorance coming out of this woman's mouth? And I'm sure that lady is in she late 40s or in she 50s. You hear the nonsense? You trying to tell me that is your whole aim? You ain't saying that the aim is to continue the good work, continue fixing roads, continue upgrading the justice system, continue upgrading the education system. You want to continue in 2025 all your aim.
All your what? Wait, let me finish here that voice note there. Oh boy, oh boy. All your
aim is to do is to keep the UNC out of power. That is your main point, your main objective. How that making sense? That doesn't make any sense, lady. I don't know, and the amount of them that have outside the room on this ignorant foolishness. You're not thinking about country. That's unpatriotic. That ain't patriotic at all. I can't believe it still have people like that around here in this day and age. You didn't see what's going on? You trying to tell me your main aim is to keep UNC out of power and continue living with all of this level of crime, this high level of crime? And the health system in a hot mess? Look, and they have a good day.
Suicidal.
Good morning.
Suicidal.
Yeah, the suicidal. Oh boy, just to keep the that is all on. We just need to keep them out of power. That's all the work.
No, somehow they get high off of that, like cocaine or something like that. I do understand. You are going to be pressurized, and you still rooting for something that will pressurize you. I mean, that is the epitome not just of stupidity. It has to be somebody who have no value for life. So, suicidal.
Suicidal?
Yeah. Suicidal, man.
Oh boy. Nice. People were sending a video there. Believe this is the video that they were sending. Let's see. Nice.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago finally wins a case at the level of the Privy Council, and this one isn't going to benefit the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. They have got the green light to proceed with the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority, or the TTRA. For those of you all who are not aware of this, it's basically similar to the IRS in the United States. It's an entire body organization just dedicated to collecting taxes. So let's put this into perspective. The man who sells oranges at the side of the road is now going to have to register a company and pay taxes. In addition to this, he's going to have to pay all the fees associated with running a company. He's now going to have to hire an accountant to do his taxes, which costs roughly about $10,000 a year for a very small company. The man who sells bottled water at the side of the road is going to have to get taxed. The man who sells food at the side of the road is also going to get taxed. And if they fail to register their companies, they're going to be faced with a $10,000 fine. Where are all these people who voted for this current government organization? It's time to show yourselves. Be proud. Celebrate the moment. How does this song go again? Right foot, left foot? Or is it left foot, right foot? Let me know you guys in the comments down below.
You mean no foot? That's what they mean, no foot.
Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Wow. Left foot, hear them. Right foot. Hey, I'm going to get that up. Yeah. At the end of the day, this is the ground report is raw. Yeah.
Yes, unadulterated. There is no fly in the ointment. You get it pure.
Pure?
Yeah, from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, pure. But let me play our next voice note. By the time, let me play our next voice note. By the time, but that person who did that there are creating what it is they are saying there, Lennox Smith. They are. But before you do that, hold on 1 minute before you do that.
Yeah.
Andy, good morning again to you and to everybody. Well, I see Abby from Diego Martin resurface, but I want to tell Abby from Diego Martin, Rowley didn't win the local government elections neither, right? And as a matter of fact, he contested 141 districts, right? And he lost 40,000 votes.
So let me make sure that is what I am just now. Alright, let me take this one quick, and then I'll go back to the voice notes. Morning call, where you calling from? Let us know where you're calling from and what's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning.
Good morning. I'm from New York, Andy. And
Where you calling from?
I'm always up.
Where you calling from?
New York.
New York, go ahead.
New York. But I listen to this program every morning religiously, right? 6 o'clock my breakfast alarm. I mean directly to listen to you guys. And I heard a report I just bust a mark there too. You know, I have a problem. If they want to tax the man who's selling water by the road, you know what? If they're taxing him, how much money he make, you know, so go tax him. But at the same time, when you're taxing people, it's poor people, you're taxing poor people. Think about it. If you're taxing people and this man got some stroke while selling water and go to the hospital, what kind of attention he would get? What kind of medical attention this man would get? If you get his money, vote, yeah. If you get your money, is vote, you're paying taxes and you're getting it to vote, is that right? I tell you, I was in the hospital about 3 weeks ago in America. And brother, I was like a 5-star hotel. It was like a 5-star hotel. I work in here, I pay my taxes, but I'm getting, value for money. And the Prime Minister rightly said it. People of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid. And they've proven the man to be right. And Trinidadians really are, because they have really their stand up. They will stand. Trust me, they will stand up. People are really stupid, really stupid in Trinidad and Tobago. I feel sorry for Trinidad and Tobago. All you see me to live again, I buy Trini. All you take care, God bless.
Wow. Well, we know that here because of the crime situation and bad governance of Trinidad and Tobago, many of our foreign nationals that would have come back here, make investment here, create jobs over employment in Trinidad and Tobago, they don't want to come back home. But they are saying the detection rates in Trinidad and Tobago is so high that if something going on with them, most likely whoever the perpetrator would not get catch. And that's why many people are having issues on that. Right, let me just finish this voice note there. Yes, it was cut. I didn't know if it finished.
Andy, good morning again to you and to everybody. Well, I see Abby from Diego Martin resurface, but I want to tell Abby from Diego Martin, Rowley didn't win the local government elections neither, right? And as a matter of fact, he contested 141 districts, right? And he lost 40,000 votes. That's just local government elections. Kamala contested 110 districts and she got more votes than him. So put that in your crappers pipe and smoke it. Right? People are fed up of the PNN. People are fed up of the crime situation. They are fed up of the potholes.
They're fed up with the potholes. Let me hear. Yes, now let me just finish here that. Oh boy.
They are fed up of no medication in the hospitals. They are fed up of the high cost of living. And you sit in your comfort zone and feel that people going to continue taking that, you're really living in a fool's paradise. Remember, you must take a good look at the map. Take a good look at the pie chart and see what it is went on. And remember, he lost 40,000 votes in the local government election and the Sandy Grande Corporation, along with a lot of other corporations across the country. So don't feel Keith Rowley want anything either. Don't feel that. Because we coming for him. Your brotherhood on the boats, we coming.
Wow. Oh boy.
No, I think she's right.
Votes.
Anybody to claim victory in that local government election will be the UNC. It's obvious. The PNM was soundly beaten in more ways than
Let
one.
me just finish here.
Either. Don't feel that. Because we coming for him. Your brotherhood on the boats, we coming for the PNM now because we are fed up of living in fear. We want a better life. And Keith Rowley is not giving it to us. Keith Rowley and the PNM is not giving it to us. Thanks a lot, Andy.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
What brother she said, brotherhood on the boat. And we know Trinidad and Tobago when it coming to racial voting. Yeah. That's the only place we have the thing. But all of we are one. All of we are Trinbagonians. I say let me just think bad by the time. But then Smith, you were saying something before I go to that next voice. So go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I was making about 3 points, in fact. I had a conversation with a long-standing schoolmate. He lives in Canada. And he went on and he told me, that he had an experience when he was working in Trinidad as a clerk in the Ministry of Works, where, of course, somebody, an Indian, in fact, was trying to give his son or somebody close to him his job because he was purported to have abandoned his work when he went for a short holiday. I think he had a medical issue. And from that singular experience, he said that the Indians mustn't be trusted, and of course they will use you, and that ultimately you will not be upgraded, or you would not advance yourself. They will advance themselves. So I had to tell him after he finished speaking and so on, then I said, well, listen, the PNM has been in office for over 50 years. He has agreed with that. I asked him if the African community, and just in case he would have read or lied to himself, I had to tell him it was Rowley who said at one Emancipation Day that he's disappointed with the Africans. They are the lowest of the social grouping in the society, the racial grouping in the society, or the ethnic grouping in the society, whichever you wish, or the economic grouping in the society. So he's disappointed, and all that while he's saying yes. And then of course I gave him the caution blow. I said, well, listen, if that is the case, then one would have expected that the Africans ought not to be the position that they are in today. And in fact, because they have dominated, the Indians are supposed to be not even considered, but lower than that rung of the ladder that Rowley ascribed to the Africans, and he agreed as well. And he went on to agree. He went on to agree that it is the PNM that is the common denominator that has caused the African community to be in the state that they are in today. I mean, to cut a long story short, but it's much more nuances that I'm sure will be the subject of much discussion as we move forward closer and closer to the elections, and examining this administration for its not just collapse, not just incompetence, not just corruption, and not just nepotism, and its elitist agenda against the Africans. But go ahead.
That's how it is go. Pleasant good morning to you, caller. Caller, go ahead, caller.
Good morning.
Oh boy. Caller, go ahead. Good morning, caller. Alright, let me play a voice over there.
Yeah, good morning again, Andy. Boy, oh boy. I'm taking a second voice note. Andy, this thing about the Caribbean Court of Justice. Lennox might be the better one to narrate this. But you know, most of the people of the opinion that we should go to the Caribbean Court of Justice, but our political leader, Mrs. Bissessa, said that she not for that because they think it might have the PNM might infiltrate that Caribbean Court of Justice and we wouldn't really get justice. But my main point is that you see that verdict that had down by the lords in England.
Yes, Privy Council.
With the PSA, you see how fair and unbiased and to the point, detailed justice you get. That you know that is what we look forward to from the lords in England, and they give you a fair general judgment, right? I'm not sure that we could get this in the Caribbean Court of Justice because you know how PNM is being control of all the state agencies and all that. I am sure that Dr. Keith Rowley going to infiltrate that Caribbean Court of Justice to have his view. He has shown in the past that he could infiltrate any agency, any
agency. Go ahead.
Body that in control. He could do so and infiltrate them like the Election and Boundaries Commission when he called them and asked them to increase the thing by 1 hour, and which was proven to be illegal and so on, and things like that. But we make.
Yeah. Oh boy. I need just now. Oh boy. Let me get that voice note there. Let me get that there. Oh, finish get that.
The main point is that the lords in England, you get proper justice from them, and I say we stay with the Privy Council. And Lennox, I like to hear your views on this stance.
Yes,
Lennox,
I agree implicitly. And this recent judgment with respect to the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority, I took note that the law lords has said that there was no argument advanced, and maybe they might have given it consideration or might have taken longer to, of course, arrive at their judgment when they said that there was no argument for political interference and the possibility of the government using the TTRA, the Revenue Authority, as a political football. I took note of that in the article that has highlighted that particular judgment. So maybe it was a lost opportunity by Anand Ramlogan, who represented, of course, the PSA in that particular matter. But the decision has been made. The government will glorify, of course, in its achievement in achieving another cog of prosecution and persecution of the population, and of course digging further into their pockets. And I want to tell you, there is a microcosmic.
Of course.
There is an existing entity to show how that will operate. The HGC was divided into 3 distinct authorities or sub-authorities, one of which was collection. And you saw all over the country where they were harassing persons and making draconian decisions to, of course, make sure that they extract every dollar from the people, including, of course, putting them out. Yes, so I expect nothing different from this authority, because that is how this government operates. They are insensitive, they are callous, and they are wicked, especially those who may be considered to be their political opponents. So we are seeing that unfolding right now down at Movie Town, they call it, and that piece of real estate there.
Yes.
That may not be in favor of the government, and therefore they punks, as opposed to AV Drilling, for example, where they give him money and they gave him, of course, additional contracts. That is what is considered to be the galloping dictatorship or autocratic rule. That is what we are looking at. But go ahead, my friend.
So true that.
Yes. Good morning to you, my friend.
Pleasant good morning. Pleasant. Can you hear me loud and clear?
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Yes. Loud and clear.
Let me first of all say pleasant good morning to the folks on Guile TV. We are there, we are linked. So the ground report morning prime is 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Guile TV. Just to let you know, we had some adjustments had to be made. So it's 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We are now on Guile. Good morning, Guile family. Good morning, people across the region. Again, they're watching us in Dominica, Grenada, Guyana, St. Kitts and Nevis. Of course, Barbados, all across the region. Good morning to the diaspora, those in the UK, those in North America, wherever you are, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods, a pleasant good day. Good morning to you, Andy Pitbull Williams, and good morning to my brother LENNOX Smith, and of course our technical director. Good morning, gentlemen.
But good morning to you as well, my friend. Very disturbing further developments this morning with respect to the decision of the Privy Council, and the claim of victory, I say, is hollow as far as the people is concerned, because it doesn't benefit the people.
Well, there has never been anything in the interest of the people for the last 9 years. This comes as no surprise. But I think last night the clarion call was made. I think that the political leader of the United National Congress, the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar, addressed the audience, of course, senators, councillors, aldermen, activists, members, UNC brothers and sisters, and of course, by extension, all of Trinidad and Tobago. She said that many groups and individuals have approached us to work towards a victorious general election, 2025. They all say that the UNC has the plans, policies, and programs ready to turn this country around. The UNC has the political will, intellectual capital, and ability to work tirelessly for you. I want to repeat that because I agree with 100%. Well, she says that the UNC has the political will and the intellectual capital. That is so true. She said that the UNC is about real people doing real things, real governance, real results, accountability to the people, transparency in all public areas. She said, let them know the PNM and the UNC are not the same. The UNC is very different. In the UNC, we don't make idle promises. What we say we are going to do, we do. We say we are going to deliver, we deliver. What we say we are going to fix, we fix. And she says you can take that to the bank and cash it. We said laptops for children, UNC delivered. We said Children's Life Fund and Children Hospitals, UNC delivered. We said baby grant for single mothers, UNC delivered. UNC said reduce food prices, UNC delivered. We said we will reduce crime, UNC delivered. We said to keep the gas subsidy, and UNC delivered. We said 55,000 new jobs, UNC delivered. We said expand gate, UNC delivered. We said increase in old age pension, UNC delivered, and the list goes on and on. The bottom line is the UNC delivers, and I think she was able to send that message crystal clear last night. Also talking about unity, but talking about true unity. It must be genuine, it must be authentic, and it must be in the interests of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. So you heard it, gentlemen, and of course to all the folks who are viewing us on Guile and those on realmediatt.com, the UNC delivers. And that's why we have to get to this question, of course, and we've been beating around it. But do you believe that the UNC has what it takes to go it alone in the next general election? Whenever it's carded for whenever, but whenever it's called, should the UNC, or do you believe the UNC has what it takes to go it alone? And I think we need to clear the air on that once and for all. I mean, people are talking here, they shoo in there, but how confident are you? It's been 9 years. You heard my colleagues LENNOX Smith and Andy Williams this morning say that was such a hollow victory. Again, that has nothing to do with elevating the poor man. Even when you heard reporter calling in and saying, look, the nuts man, the man who's selling coconut water, the one who's selling Pelori, everyone, that was the plan. We said it right here on the ground report. They're coming for you. Every little kakada you have, every little dollar you make, they are coming to get it because they are bankrupt when it comes to getting this economy out of stagnation. So, gentlemen, I don't know if you want to weigh in on that or just let the people weigh in on it, but do you believe that the UN is what it takes?
Of course, the UNC has what it takes, but I want to go deeper into, of course, the incompetence and the spit in the sky, fall in the face agenda of this government. Because here it is, they have confessed that they have not been able to expand the economy. They have not been able to improve or increase the GDP of this country. All of the reports from the various rating agencies show that we are almost, if not already there, at junk bond status. What that means is that we could hardly borrow, but if we have to borrow on the international and bilateral and multilateral financial markets, we have to what? We have to pay higher interest. That is where we are. They have not been able, of course, to increase or bring in one significant non-oil sector or non-energy sector direct foreign investment into Trinidad and Tobago.
But with all due respect, LENNOX, I mean, we spoke, but we spoke about that, I mean, for the last 9 years. We are at this point here now. This is it, do or die, ready to go. On your marks, get set, go. Do you believe that the United National Congress has what it takes to go it alone in the next general election? That's it, bottom line. We know about the incompetence, we know about the mismanagement. We know.
Yes, I started by saying yes, but this decision was only yesterday, and therefore we have a duty to, of course, expatiate a bit, while, of course, acknowledging that the UNC has the capacity to, of course, go it alone. We have seen it in the last elections, the local government elections. We have seen, of course, the ascendancy in the 2020 elections. The Russell, of course, the Moruga Tableland seat from the PNM. And, of course, the popular votes, meaning that more people vote for the UNC, and therefore that is significant. Because when the PNM was in that position, they hyped up that position that they are more popular and more people voted for them. Well, now that they are, now it is now reversed. They are definitely silent. So we know that it is affecting them negatively, and that the UNC is on its way to an individual, if necessary, a victory on its own.
So true. So, Andy, if you can give out the numbers, and again, let me say good morning to the Gael family, the people locked on. First of all, just to let you know, I am Mikey K. The colleague you see in that box next to me, that's LENNOX Smith, who was just speaking. Our main controller, our man who is always out and about, that's Andy Pitbull Williams. So wherever you locked on and you're now coming to locked on and listen to us and get an idea of what this program is all about, the government of Trinidad and Tobago, you're going to hear a lot about it currently, what's taking place with current affairs here. And we are gearing up for a general election. That is constitutionally carded for next year, perhaps November, but it can happen at any given time. So if you're locked on and you want to weigh in, we do have a WhatsApp number that you can call. Our area code, of course, is 868. And you can join in the conversation as well. And you're going to be hearing a lot of our regulars who are going to be on. And the main question, do you believe that the United National Congress people have what it takes to go it alone?
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and LENNOX Smith.
Oh boy, but I like how you throw that question. And that question that you throw there, especially based on the pre-council decision and many other things, and we dire need to win this present government in Trinidad and Tobago here. We've been dire need. I first want to hear our contributions before I give my opinion on this. Because I'm very, very, very strong-minded on this. So here it is. All of the lines are open. Where was the lines are open? As Michael Kerr said, and I'm Andy Williams, the Pitbull Radio. When you all heard yours truly, Mikey K, the mighty man. And on the top, they call him the big word man. The big word man, LENNOX Smith. I said the big, oh my God.
No, this is not porn talk. This is real talk
Yes.
and real talk right here on the ground report. This is the ground report, so we keep it clean. It is family oriented, and you folks can weigh in on the issue. Do you believe that the United National Congress has what it takes to go it alone in the upcoming general election? Simple as that. Tell us if you say yes. Quickly tell us why. Keep it short and sweet, as my colleague said. If it's no, well, you can say it as quickly as possible. The numbers are there. You can call in. Want to hear from you.
Morning, caller. So send your voice notes too. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Yes, any morning, Mikey morning. This is California here again. Yes, based on the question where Mikey asked it, based on 5 years of practical reality, yes, we believe that the UNC can do it again. Based on the reality of the 9 years of the PNM, them don't have what it take to bring down this country. And here we're going on. Talking about the whole expansion.
Hold 1 minute, caller. The question here says, do we believe that they have it to be able to do it alone? Meaning,
that's the question. Yeah.
No. Well, not joining with nobody. Don't join with nobody at all. And just do it UNC alone. That's what the question asks.
Well, yes, I believe so. We want to see how the people to back them. We want to see how the intelligence, there's an intelligent group of people, and they have the knowledge to do it. The most important, they have the knowledge and the experience. And that is what we're not calling now is the ability is to apply that knowledge and to apply that experience back again. And we can move forward. PNM don't have that. PNM dealing with a high heavy hammer boys. How the economy going to expand when the small man down to the bottom?
All right, Paul, you got to keep it as short and sweet as possible.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Paula. It's a simple question. Do you believe that the United National Congress can do it alone, which means no alliance, no coalition, no amalgamation? Bottom line, the United National Congress standing by itself, that political powerful entity standing by itself, can they do it alone? That's it. Morning.
Oh boy. So the lines are open at Trinidad and Tobago. I'll give you all the numbers already.
Morning to the ground report.
And I think
and the LENNOX 90K. New way. Come. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. There you go in your house. To answer your question.
Can the UNC
90K
win the next elections?
Always go it alone. Yeah, them just be thieving and sponsoring these third parties because they're really real.
Somebody was calling in on it.
Just always when UNC power. Anytime the country goes into recession or drops down is when PNM is in power. But what Kamala did for that 5 years alone she was in. That alone she could come back in power anytime. But the PNM does not play there. There's literally a cult, literally a crime syndicate. Watch this 9 years. Watch how they get rid of USD under allegations. And after 9 years, no proof, nobody lock up, no money recovered.
Right.
Nothing. PNM is a puppet party of the 1% that they need to go. And I second what Philip Alexander said. The only vehicle, and my TK, the only vehicle available for we to get rid of the PNM and correct all these mistakes is the UNC. So I agree, my TK.
All right.
The UNC could go on their own anytime. But the PNM does not play fair. They will sponsor from kind of TV party and they will come with some kind of allegation. And what we plan to do about mainstream media is.
All right. Well, we want to keep it as short and sweet as possible as far as Andy said. So please, Andy, let them know the voice notes. It's a simple thing. If it's yes, tell us yes quickly. If it's no, just, tell us no as quickly as possible. Do you believe that the United National Congress has what it takes to go it alone in the upcoming general election? It can't be that difficult.
Nah, it can be. So again, for now, make your voice notes short and sweet. So I'll edit voice notes in a little bit. But what we'll do now is let me take the calls. So I'll give you all the calls so you can call WhatsApp too. But for those of you who would not call, send your voice notes. So when I'm playing the voice notes, the calls will not be interrupting the voice notes. Right? So we will take the callers and then a short question. We believe that the UNC is strong enough to do it alone. The numbers to call 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Give us a WhatsApp call for all the foreigners, all the people within the Caribbean or anywhere in the diaspora. You can give us a WhatsApp call at 366-3053, 366-3053. So the lines are open for calls. Oh,
hey, morning to you, biggest. Morning to you, biggest, and the entire team. Morning. Simple question.
Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. Where you calling from and what's your contribution on the Go report this morning?
Okay, Forestville area, that 19 cities the opposition have, and the PNF, that is a walk in the park. Remember, it's 6 feet lots already for them to lost, so they are owned by themselves. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Next caller. Morning caller, where you calling from? Let us know where you're calling from and what's your contribution on the Go report this morning.
The Silver Fox, my answer is yes.
Yes, and where you calling from the Silver Fox? Remember we are
Tobago.
All right, Tobago. Short and sweet answer, yes. Oh boy.
Thank you. That's what we're talking about.
Nice. So the lines are open, Trinidad and Tobago. Let's go again. Morning caller, where you calling from and what's your contribution on the Go report this morning? And welcome to all the people that look on to us on Dial the Caribbean. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, I will talk because you know I'm not supposed to speak to you. You appreciate when you good morning.
Go ahead, just make it short and sweet. The question that Mikey K posed.
Well, I'm talking about you in the South Church. I want to tell you in the South Church this morning. It's what not really money. They only money, but how people be emotion not.
Yeah, caller, that's all good and well, caller, but we're taking a poll right now. It's a question that we pose to the people. Do you believe that the United National Congress has what it takes to go it alone in the upcoming general election? That's where we at. We need to know yes or no. Do you believe that they have what it takes to go it alone?
And if you're commenting, just make it very short and sweet on your comment. Go ahead, caller. Where you calling from and what's your contribution?
Calling from constituency, Labad. Yeah, more is faster and more is better. So my answer is no.
Oh, your answer is no.
You.
Do it alone.
Answer
You
is
can't do it. Okay.
All right. Who's on the outside?
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and LENNOX Smith.
Good morning, caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Go report?
Calling to the staff, calling from Talparo. Regarding the question, I fully agree that the UNC could make it alone on policies, predictions, experience, track record. You can make it alone, and the people right now, it's right for that because of the pressure that's going through. They have seen what it is to be talking about. She's a strong lady, and we have to give her some support and appreciation. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful.
Thank you very much, caller. Next caller. Morning, caller. Where you calling from? And what's your contribution on the Go report this morning?
Good morning, sir. What I want to find out is when the Minister of Finance read the budget, he said senior citizens who are getting senior citizens pension will be exempted. But when you contact the Board of Inland Revenue to find out, they say there is no exemption. They have a referral letter, and if you check up, you'll sign up and pay later. So, want to know what's really going on.
All right, thank you.
Give him Lennox number. Give him Lennox number, and right, so give him Lennox number. And again, we are dealing with the question here. That's what we're dealing with. So anything else, please wait until after. All right. Do you believe that the UNC has what it takes to go it alone in the upcoming general election?
Very straightforward and very simple question.
Andy Williams.
Yeah, and I would think that we would have been bombarded with calls because it's strange. I mean, go ahead, call.
Mikey, they didn't call from St. Joseph.
Hey,
once they choose the right candidates, they can do it alone. Thank you.
All right.
Once it's the right candidates, they could do it alone.
Yeah. Now, everybody seems to have something that they want to put in the manifesto. They want input in. But we had a win. That's the most important thing. The manifesto is there based on policies and delivery. It is the UNC. We have to understand that. So we expect, of course, the best, not the failure that we've been getting now. But a lot of people seem to be scared to answer this question for some reason. But it's active in many of the groups. I think if this, and I think if it's that, and I think if it's this. It's a simple question. Do you believe that the United National Congress can go it alone in the upcoming general election? Is that simple? Yes or no? Good morning.
Morning, caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the call for this morning? Did you hear the question? A pleasant good morning to you. Where you calling from and what's your answer on the question? All right, Manselina, what's your answer to the question? All right, Manselina, thank you very much.
Thank you, Manselina. Yes.
All right, so again, the lines are open. Mikey just asked that question again. Ask that question again.
Let me ask this question one more time, folks. Do you believe that the United National Congress, the UNC, has what it takes to go it alone in the upcoming general elections? Yes or no?
Go ahead, caller. We're calling.
Good morning, Andy. Yes, good morning, Andy. Good morning, Mikey, and good morning, Tobago. If I calling from Port Springs. Andy, listener, the answer is yes. Okay, God bless.
Okay. Next caller. Pleasant good morning to you, caller. Where you calling from? And what's your answer to the question that is posed on this morning program?
Good morning to each and every one of you. Yes, because we're calling from Mayaro.
Mayaro. A pleasant good morning to you, Mayaro. Again, let me just again welcome all the viewers or new people to the #1 program, The Ground Report. Well, I'm Andy Williams, the Pitbull of Radio. On the lower half there in the white, that is Michael K, Mikey K, the Mighty K. And on the top there, that's the Lennox Smith on top there. So Mikey again, yes, the question posed that question once again. Let's take an next call by the meanwhile.
All right, the question is simple. Go ahead, caller.
Go ahead, caller. Morning, wait. Let us know where you're calling. But we want to know all where we are being reached. You know, go ahead, caller.
Go ahead, caller.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we are here. We are here. Caller.
Well, I'll take the next one. If you stick, you get the click.
That's it. If you stick, you get the acme click. Go ahead.
Good morning to the ground. Yes, the candidate, Jonathan Forrest, absolutely. Thank you.
All right, and where are you calling from?
Arima.
Arima. All right, thanks very much, Arima. Let's take the next call. Morning, caller. Where are you calling from? And the question, the answer to the question. Go ahead, move from the gadget, talk over the phone. Listen over the phone.
Pleasant good morning, Andy. Around here, great cottage meeting last night. Good morning, Mikey K. Good morning, Mr. Lennox. And all streaming on the extension of our Gael family. Great job, guys. Congrats. Yes, we can win it. I am on the ground. I am feeling it. I am working the ground. We are out there. And we will win.
All right, thanks so much. Let's take the next call on the question posed. Again, let me give you all the numbers. Nice, and you all know calling and getting familiar. So let me give you numbers 229-225-6644. For those of you that are outside the diaspora, that are viewing us on Gala channel, whether it be in Jamaica or Guyana or wherever, you just put the 1868-225-6644. The next number 239-5120, 239-5120, or you can give us a WhatsApp call. So you can always save that WhatsApp number 366-3053, 366-3053. Go ahead, caller. Morning to you. Where are you calling from, and what's your answer to the question?
Good morning, gentlemen, and all of Trinidad and Tobago, calling from Balmain.
My answer to that question is a definite yes. Thank you.
All right, Miss
Thank you,
Balmain.
Balmain.
Oh,
Balmain,
boy.
yeah.
Next
That's the
caller.
question. Yeah, that's it.
Nice. Next caller. A pleasant good morning to you. Let us know where you're calling from and the answer to your question. And if you have a very short contribution on why, no problem. But very, very short. Go ahead, caller.
Morning. Calling from Nobby. Yes, they couldn't tell you. I've already done it before and they couldn't tell you. Because these other people just come to cause problems between parties. Last year they're stronger and I think they shouldn't tell them. To let Jack Warner resolve this party and join if you want to. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Miami. Thank you very much, Miami. Let's take our next call here. Morning caller, let us know where you're calling from because we want to know where we are being reached. Okay? Go ahead, caller. Go ahead. Caller, go ahead. All right, if it's taking get the click, let's go next caller.
That's right.
Morning. Yes, UNC can win. They can win. But they have to campaign very rigidly in imaginary seat. And we need a man like Philip Alexander. Philip Alexander, matter they don't like him, get him on the campaign trail. Right back in camp. Get him, they can win it.
Nice.
Yes, they can win it.
So that means the question there is no, they can't win it alone because you mentioned Philip Alexander to be a part. So you will want a unity something with Philip.
No, I think when he said that Philip is back according to what he said there, and he's saying that they can do it alone, but certain individuals need to be a part of the equation.
Yeah, that's
so not basically a party or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that certain individuals can be there. Yeah.
All right, caller, thanks very much for your contribution, man. Oh boy, only don't forget to let us know where you're calling from. A pleasant good morning to you. Where you're calling from and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Morning to everyone calling from Shagonas. I say no. I believe all hands on deck. More hands on deck. We gotta get these people out there.
Next time, say researcher, man. Researcher, pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
Morning, everybody there.
Morning, researcher. So you're saying a coalition is needed? Is that what you're saying? A coalition is needed?
Boy, at the end of the day, any division will spoil the outcome. So at the end of the day, if we could get everybody to reach on some kind of level playing field and realize who the real political enemy is in this country, to the poor man, I believe all hands on deck, put aside all differences and all, you understand, and we deal with this accordingly and get them out of here. We have to get them out of here, you know. But let's see what's going on. Everybody's seeing what's going on. You understand? Why the rich man not being taxed? Why the businesses? Why the malls? Why the industrial complexes? Why all people in Point Lisas and Point Pay do not have to pay property tax? Why Grand Bazaar can collect all that millions in revenue monthly and don't have a dollar property tax? They're not in the line. They're not paying online. They're not paying through the bank. Why are you coming at us? Why are you studying to run down the doubles man and the man selling water 2 for 5 on the side of the road? And all these big conglomerates and big groceries and massy stores and all of them selling all kind of thing expensive and ridiculous price. The man on the side of the road still trying to get it cheap and they don't have to pay no tax. Why Endeavor Holdings want to list as a small and medium enterprise and they're not paying any tax to the government, corporation tax, and why we have to pay? Why these people who want all these Price Plaza outlet and all them big place, all them St. Clair and thing, Endeavor Holdings, they come and they buy out the whole street that belong to massive properties. They get it for a song and a dance. They get loan from First Citizens to pay for it. And they're not going to pay property tax, but we have to pay. We have to line up the sun according to LENNOX. The only reason they come out with that sham, but don't worry, we're going to put our next payment portal in place for all this because they realize people go in and get robbed in the line because the bandit go in and come in the line and start to pay property tax collection like it's offering in church. So we have to put on we foot. When will poor people get up? Poor people have to say, hey, my party, that ain't working. The answer is I feel all hands on deck. and let we get them fellas out of here. They're not good for the people at Tobago. Crime going and get worse. Fellas only have a nice day keeping the work.
Thank you. Some
Thank you
people
very
are
much.
saying there should be some coalition. Some people are saying UNC already has what it needs to have to go it alone. Who's on the outside?
I sense.
Good morning, caller. What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Look.
Go ahead, caller.
Good.
Your internet like you're giving trouble. Go ahead, caller. We hearing you. Go ahead. Wow, I'm so sorry, caller. This is the second time you call
Yeah,
on.
sorry. Yeah.
You're not getting through.
Try to go get the neighbor password or something. Yeah, Lennox, go ahead. Hold on a second. Go ahead,
I
Lennox.
was thinking, I sense a feeling of, frustration and desperation in the last caller's tone. And it may be out of an abundance of caution that he is advising, or he prefers to have a collection as opposed to individual approach, a one-on-one, in other words, between the UNC and the PNM. Clearly, the consensus is that if you are asked such a question, which of course you either say yes or no, I think what we have seen so far is that the majority of the people are saying yes, the UNC has the wherewithal to go it alone, and I too, I am of that ilk, and let's see how it pans out. All the indications are there, but there is this lingering, should I say, trepidation, fear by the electorate that the PNM will do something that is unfair, that will give them an unfair advantage, and therefore may well run away with the slightest of majority. But when one looks at it from an analytical perspective, whether we look at the outcome in Tobago, one expects that it will lose there. That is why there's so much emphasis there. So that's 2 seats gone from the 22. And then, of course, in Trinidad, we have La Hocata Talparo, we have, of course, St. Joseph, we have Sangre Grande, and we can have a sprinkling of other areas, such as maybe a couple of the Diego Martins, as well as, of course, Tunapuna, and we can go farther afield. But certainly, I understand the residual or the resistance to UNC going it alone. I understand that, but I think in all practicality and all of the statistics shows that the UNC is on its way to victory, whether they are in coalition or not.
I understand what you're saying. Okay, all right. We have someone? Go ahead.
Yes. Pleasant good morning to you, caller. We're calling from. Let us know what's your answer to what's your contribution this morning.
Mm-hmm. We're not getting him clearly. We're not getting him clearly. We're not hearing him clearly.
Election by themselves and alone. And they have to win election by their own. And they will win election on their own. And if for some reason the UNC doesn't win election by their own, the government that this country will be getting deserves every single second of the next 5 years of the PNM. Look right now as we're speaking here. In the last season of Arikita Avenue, 8 o'clock this morning, they get robbed. While workers open the door to go inside the establishment, bandits running and rob. Now I know when they went to rob a peacemaker or a wheelchair or something like that. And that's where we are today, this point. So all the noise that we hear outside of the UNC, let them understand what is taking place right now in Trinidad and Tobago. Let them understand that 2 young individuals could go and rent a car, and the next day they find them with a throat slit floating in a river in Trinidad and Tobago. Let them understand that today you're living in your home and tomorrow you're lining up for hours to pay the government for what you work hard for in Trinidad and Tobago. Let them understand that here what? The NIS that was paying all the time and was contributing to a pension plan when you get old. You take away that money and put a revenue authority. But people don't understand what is meaning of this revenue authority that they will be giving you, collecting your money now and putting it to. Both trust a little short fella. Let them know that now, if we still have the middle class in this country, it still have a little chance. But the intention of any government that is move with a mentality of dictatorship and oppression, they know that the biggest threat to any democracy is the middle class. Once you can wipe them out, if your people and your finances comfortable, they always keep the rest of the population poor, vulnerable, and dependent on you. So for how the supporters of the PNM for the last 60-something years since Eric Williams was always naked and hungry and illiterate and vulnerable, and they can't think on their own and remain in that same environment for so long. That's what this government will do to the whole population of Trinidad and Tobago. And if it is more to decide that here what, we're going to turn the back and send the rat of destruction on the Trinidad and Tobago. It means of giving this country the next 5 years, and every doted human being in this country who can think on their own and decide, hey, here what, the last 9 years was just the preamble to what is going to come if these people get a hold on this country. Make the right decision. Forget race, forget religion, forget every single thing that you think about. Just think about your children and think about the future of Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you, Kola.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kola. We want to keep it short and sweet. As you know, this is our prime, so a lot of people will want to get in here from 8 to 9 a.m. And again, to our family out there in CARICOM family, good morning to you as well. Who do we have on the outside, Andy?
Yeah, so all of the lines are open. The lines are open. The numbers is right on the screen there. The number is for those who are viewing us in the Caribbean. Don't forget the 1-868-225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. And you can also call us. Give us a WhatsApp call at 366-3053, 366-3053, and don't forget to make it short and sweet. Give your answer, but just give your reasoning very, very, very short and sweet, as Michael K said, Mikey K said. Right now we are live on Guyana in the Caribbean. This is prime time, and we want to get in as much people as possible. And for those of you that are live on Guyana, the Caribbean, we will be going at least a half an hour more this morning, so you all can always switch on to us. Log on to us on Real Media, that's REAL Media, MEDIATT, on Facebook or on YouTube. And many of you have your smart TVs there. You just go on YouTube, man, and just put in Real Media TT, whereby.
That's right.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's continue, man. Let's continue.
Great job,
Good morning, Paul.
Yeah, who's on the outside?
Hello, gentlemen. Again, also, before I start again, I want to take this opportunity to tell my family and people that call us here in the we put a staying a little longer with Andy, who's 90K, who's the Smith. And actually, Smith is the one I'm saying that you come talking to 29 Smith. So you want to make sure to know we so my family, them entire programs, them Grenada, St. John Street, Maloney Street, all the people listening to the report right now, I get my screen and everybody. It's for people. You see people who come and say, you and see to do, you know, follow pretty peaceful people. Some calling them, all of them are another Trump now. Right? Because they want to win the election. Don't feel it here. Now we're going to take out the speak. And so they think that the Bible, they're going to run. It's not saying a name. Because they're talking about, the name of who you're doing on the ground. I'll tell you what they go. Listen, I want to let them see that.
Not too loud, not too loud, so they will hear you clear. Go ahead.
UNC is failing to do on the ground. Everybody on the ground is taking money. They put them out. And you know, we're looking at UNC. Again, I'm not sure business. So basically, just anything about and feeling like about our I think about this election and the BTC people and the people and them. And this election, we can get anybody to join. Yes, they are again people to join, but we can get people to join. All let's talk about that. And you guys going to come out, you will see us faster. And the more people we have to join, think it's about the team. And we need us to overthrow this. This is an evil man. This is a man who we tell like he to an old refinery. We need to know between how much all the 10 years I'm not going to tell you. The kind of drinker not become report. And the UNC, I say the very some drinker not become report. If I can report my child, these are the report. How much all the stuff for it? So, you know, the UNC can you tell you how much all the stuff for it? And then putting them driving our car. They have very well, they have much other national thing for people report. Very true. You check it one out.
Thank you very much, Anderson Wilson. Oh boy.
Yes, Beta. Morning to the Beta family out there.
Yes.
Good morning.
Lennox Smith, fix your thing back, please. I agree with Anderson Wilson with that one. I've been straightforward. No. I believe they need to also, or they can do it with the accommodation, or with people like the ground report, myself, the Pitbull of Radio, Lennox Smith, and Michael Kerr. They're foot and foot with them. So yes. Must say it plain, must say it loud and clear.
I think what stood out last night from the political leaders' comments, and I read it twice, when she said that the UNC has the political will, the intellectual capital, and ability to work tirelessly for you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, that intellectual capital. I mean, the ground report has proven time and time again where we are with that. And many people have been weighing in and saying, yeah, the ground report. Also that versatility. I mean, you have on the ground report, you have so many different, you have corridor transformation, you have the observer, you have Andy, who's the man out and about on the street. I mean, here it is. This is like a one-stop shop for every component that you need to ensure that the machinery is right and well oiled. And there are people who are going to wait and say, well, fellas selling this. Well, listen, if you haven't bought it in the last 9 years, exactly what it is we are selling, the fact that you yourself understand the talent and understand the ability that the ground report has as a unit, as individuals, as people who have always been in the vineyards, then something has to be wrong. So I think I really want to echo those sentiments last night made by the political leader. Everything is here already. We don't have to fly in anybody from foreign. Somebody said, I work on this governor, this governor in New Jersey, and I work with this one, and I used to work on Obama's campaign and so forth. Hey, by the time they reach here, they're out of sync. They don't understand. They don't understand. This is a different type of culture, and people in the Caribbean, our Caribbean brothers and sisters know that. Many times people will come from abroad and feel that they can just fit in and have an answer to what your social problems were, but you know it. You live it on a daily basis. Right here in Trinidad and Tobago, the middle class has been wiped out. So we understand the importance of getting this economy back up and running. So do not overlook the people with the talent. Do not overlook the people with the capabilities. Do not overlook the people who have proven themselves where they are versatile enough to fit in anywhere, everywhere, at any given time. Especially when we're motivated by living better. We want to live better. So please don't overlook that. That's very important.
Nice.
Who else? Simple question. The question continues. It's still there. Do you believe that the UNC can go it alone in the upcoming general election?
Morning call away, calling from, and what's your contribution on the ground? Not what's your contribution, what's your answer? But if you have any, if you want to contribute to your answer, please make it very, very short and sweet. Go ahead, caller.
Let me say, oh boy. Let me say good morning to you, Maggie A. Good morning to you, Lennox Smith. I must say they're looking very good on the YouTube, and I say that they're on the big screen where you blow up in your face. So I am happy to see the forward because normally we see Andy alone, and now we are seeing the two voices, Mikey K and Lennox Smith. So it all welcoming. It come like maybe we are always hearing the voices for a very long time and then seeing the face. So it's something refreshing, and then that we media TV is growing and growing and growing. But on the idea, but it's what make me call is Anderson, because he put some more fire in my belly, and anybody calling to shoot down Anderson contribution, they do not like the Report and UNC. Anybody calling to shoot down Anderson contribution, they do not like the Report and the UNC. They do not like it. We have to stay focused. I hear our political leader talking about unite. To me personally, I am saying that we need to unite stronger. You know what I mean? I'm seeing a little piece of unite here, piece of thing, but I want to see it stronger. I would like to see Gary Griffith, Philip Alexander, Makeda, on a UNC platform, all with Prasad, Mr. one leader, and that is Kamala Prasad, Mr. But we need the next individuals of these political parties. I am asking Fali also come on board, call the political leader. You will find them 2 seats in Tobago. They call the political leader, come on board. There's nothing to be ashamed about. There's nothing to be ashamed about. They say you hiding corruption for Trevor James. I do not know what corruption over there. But what I'm saying that you have to call the UNC. So stop playing games. In Trinidad and Tobago, when you go overseas, you represent Trinidad and Tobago, not Tobago. And this is what they get out of all your head. So unite is where we can beat Stuart Young. Unite is where we can destroy Dr. Rowdy's career. Because as Dr. Rowdy lost the election, they go and put him out, they go and beat him, and they go and embarrass him politically.
Thank you.
So Anderson, I must say, I know for a while, the contribution was very, very stand. Anybody again, as I close, Andy and Mike Ken Smith, anybody should down Anderson contribution this morning, they do not like the Angon Report and the UNC. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kingsley.
Thank you so much, Kingsley. Wow, I tell you.
Yes. So I just want to put in an next plug again. And again, welcome to each and every one of you that are viewing us on Guyana, the Caribbean, in the various part of the diaspora, or the Caribbean, Guyana, whether it be Ghana, Jamaica, wherever. Welcome. I'm Andy Williams, the Pitbull of Radio. At the bottom screen is us truly Mikey K, the Mighty K. And on top there is Lennox Smith. Yes, the big word man.
The word. W-O-R-D. W-O-R-D.
And yes, we do start on the channel from
WWD, gentlemen. Not WWD.
Yeah. You didn't have to weigh in on that. We cleared that up already. You didn't have to weigh in on that. Hey, let me say good morning to Grenada, Happy Hill, the good folks in Happy Hill, family out there in Happy Hill.
Nice.
Yes, Happy Hill. Go ahead, Andy. Who's on the outside?
What I do is just introduce them again to let them know well. Yes, we start at 8 a.m. on Guyana channel, but the program itself starts at 6 a.m. on the morning. So if it is you're longing for the #1 program in Trinidad and Tobago, you just go on your smart TV or you just log on your phone or any gadget to Real Media. That's Real Media TT on Facebook, on YouTube. That's Real Media TT on Facebook or on YouTube. And you can get us there from 6 until we join Guyana, the Caribbean, from 8 a.m.
to 9 a.m.
And let me give you just one example of why we are the #1 program in Trinidad and Tobago. Why we are feared, very feared by this present government, this taxing, lying, thieving government that are led by a Prime Minister called Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley and a bag of incompetent ministers. This is the ground report. and welcome to the Ground Report.
I was going to the Oval one evening, and I stopped as it was drizzling, and a radio station was on. And on that radio station, which wasn't my favorite station, but it was on in the vehicle I was in, a most vulgar and outrageous radio program was on the airwaves called the Ground Report. You all remember that? In that report, it was the nastiest, dirty. As a matter of fact, what caught my attention was how filthy the program was on our airwaves. And I was asking myself, how could this be permitted on the airwaves of Trinidad and Tobago, election or no election? And it was all about me and my father and my mother and this, and I had raped this and I had done that, and the Ground Report. They want to know what the plan is. The plan is to put an end to this.
Nice, and that was the Prime Minister, that is the Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, for those of you that lock on to us and Guile the Caribbean and didn't know. That's Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. Very incompetent.
And obviously his wish or wishes against free speech has not materialized, because the Ground Report by this gesture is merely expanding as opposed to his attempt to emasculate us.
Thank you, Lennox Smith. Go ahead.
So again, go ahead, Colin.
Yes. The answer to the question.
Yes, I'm not to go by yourself, man. I think she could do it. I mean, so I think she could do it. She have enough ammunition for that.
All right.
I gotta say something very small. I'm not gonna say it. The guy who talked from New York, he talked the right thing when I was talking yesterday. When you pay the taxes, man, you need to see result. I don't know why they taxing these small people all over the place. They don't make sense. You know what I mean? Those things don't make no sense. And even self to pay taxes, you want them to pay taxes, have a thing called 1099, which I pay. When I'm an owner operator, I do my own truck and everything. The tax, they don't put no tax on me. I had to pay my own tax at the end of the year. Right? I fill up my tax and what money I make and whatever revenue I make, I put together and sell it to the government. So that's how I do it. So they call it 1099. So if they only want to tax them small people outside, I'm not saying it's right. That's how they do it. I just give you my info. You know what I mean? I'm a businessman, so I'm telling you what I am.
All right.
That's all I have to say, man.
Thank you very much, Ken represent out there in the US of A. Oh boy. So the lines are open, 225-6644. That's 225-6644. Or 239-5120. 239-5120. And you give us the WhatsApp call. Give us a WhatsApp call for those of you whether in Jamaica or Grenada or Guyana. Give us a WhatsApp call at 366-3053. 366-3053. And for those of you that send your voice notes, yes, we'll be going till 9:30 today. And your voice notes will be played. That's for those of you that would not be on Guile the channel from 9 o'clock with us. Yes, your voice notes will be played after the 9 o'clock period. The voice notes will be played. So, okay, let's go to the lines. Make it short and sweet. Answer the question, please. Morning caller.
Morning, gentlemen. First time I want to call in program for any station.
Nice. And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Oropuch.
Oropuch. Go ahead, Oropuch.
Go ahead. Okay, I do agree with the political leader and what Mikey said, that we have the intelligence of the people, we have the political will to do it. However, I think the stakes are too high to take a chance to go it alone. Hope is not a strategy. We need to get the government out, right? And if it means getting all the splinter groups together, then we have to do it. There's no other option. I don't know what it's going to take or what these splinter groups want, but that's the only way I see it. We don't want to lose the coming election. We don't want to lose the election by a few hundred votes here and there. The stakes are way too high. I'm hearing some people saying, well, if we lose, the people will get what they deserve and whatnot. No, that can never be. 5 years from now, we may not be. That's all I have, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, caller, for your contribution.
Caller.
Good morning, caller. Where you calling from? Make it short and sweet. Could you
Morning.
take question, please? And go ahead, caller.
Morning, calling from Aruka. Morning, calling from Aruka.
Aruka, go ahead, Aruka.
Yes, I want to concur with that last caller there. The stakes are too high because we need the unity. We need the unity because at the end of the day, we can't go blinded to the other two parties because I don't think Philip saying anything, so he just want to join up to see where he could get something. But Gary Griffith and Michaela and their parties, if we don't join with them, or if they don't join with the UNC, they will pull some of the votes. And trust me, there are UNC loyalists who will be voting for Michaela Pandey because they have Pandey loyalists as well. So we have to look at a unity where these two parties are concerned in order for as the caller said, the 2 and 3 votes we may lose by or win by, there has to be more than that. So we need the unity. We need the unity in order to win these elections. Not going alone, because the other parties will get votes, and their votes is what can mash up the UNC. Bad. So especially in the seats like Tobago, the major what do you call it? The marginal seats?
Yes.
Yeah, which are very critical. Yes, we need the votes there. And majority of the time, even though they have unity, the UNC have a thing that has put these smaller parties in the marginal seats and PNM seats to run. And that's something should change. At least give the leaders a safe seat where they will have some kind of major input in going forward. Because what happened to the last time when people get away, they drop out of the unity. Even though the UNC won, they drop out of the partnership and it all went haywire. So it need, because why? They didn't have no safe seat and all them kind of background. So we need at least the leaders to get some kind of safe seat where they could go forward in the party. All right, gentlemen?
Thank you very much, caller. But also, don't forget you all can join us right here on Real Media TT on Facebook, Real Media TT on
That's
YouTube.
right.
Going till 9:30, so you don't have to switch your dial. Alright, and let me say again, thanks so much to those of you that are locked on to us and viewing us on Gael the Caribbean. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Mr. Earl Fabian, a pleasant good morning to you. Oh boy. So for those of you that are viewing us on the channel, Mike, you go ahead. You can get us the Real Media TV.
Yeah, so don't forget, those of you, once we come off at 9, you can, of course, as my colleague said, realmediatt.com. Go ahead. I know you're addicted. I know you're hooked. You want to take this last half an hour with us. So please, realmediatt.com and come on board.
Real Media TT
Just
Facebook.
Real Media TT. Just
Real
Real Media TT Facebook,
Facebook.
and you'll be on. And Real Media TT YouTube.
So when he said leaders get some kind
Morning Prime. You were saying something, Lennox?
Yeah, he said that leaders should get some kind of safe seat.
Was Lennox saying something there? Lennox, I think your mic has been muted.
Your mic is mute.
My mic is mute? Oh, just a minute.
Yeah, your mic is muted.
Oh, just a minute. Let me just clear that up. All right. Okay.
Oh, but by the meanwhile, let me run
who's on the outside? Yeah.
Yes, for the outside.
Ooh. You hear me better now? You hear me better now?
The Crowd Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith. Bang, bang.
Good morning, Paul. Where are you calling from, and what's your contribution to the #1 program, the Ground Report, this morning?
Good morning. This is California here, but I hear a lot of things. But let me just clear up something here, right? I hear people saying a lot of, trying to explain a lot of things about the UNC. Is either yes or no? If it's either explain and put down, that's a no. Man, that's a simple question. Do you believe the UNC can do that alone? Yes or no? No, to believe is one thing, and to know is another thing. Like, for instance, if I tell you somebody tell me they hit this scale wrongly pulling a donkey cat in Paula's Spain, do you believe that or do you do not believe that? Most likely you will not believe that because you know Rowley will not be pulling a donkey cat. So your answer will be no. So if they ask me now based on explanation as to why I don't believe that, I will tell you. And so it's simple thing. Do you believe they have a right hand? Or do you know you have a right hand? Simple. You will not believe they have a right hand because you know they have a right hand. It's the same thing with the UNC. Do you believe the UNC can do it alone, or do you believe that they cannot do it alone? And that's it. Yes or no?
That's it. Simple as that. Thank you, Kola. I like how he was able to, make that as crystal clear as possible. Do you believe? Lennox, are you back on?
Are you hearing me?
Yes, your mic was muted, I believe. That's
all right. No,
I know you were trying to say something.
Yeah, I was making a point that the caller prior to this last one, said about leaders should be given some safe seats. So I was wondering if it's the leadership of the UNC or is it the leadership of the other entities that would have joined in this coalition or this arrangement in order to contest the elections. And of course, the other question must obviously be, what would you consider to be the safe seats if they have not been tried and tested and therefore have no antecedent, has no history of any electoral victory? If he's referring, of course, to the non-UNC
I think
elements.
that's a very
No,
but that's a very valid point that you're raising there, Lennox. I mean, is there a proven track record?
Yeah.
Where it is that they have clinched a seat in the past. Now, my thing is this: it's not just what is done, but how it's done. That's very important. How it's done, and in everything that you do, there must be some level of humility. That essence of humility must never be overlooked, because that is how you're going to be able to communicate. That is how, if anything goes south, you'll be able to pull back and make a reassessment and say, all right, it didn't work this way. Here's my strategy. Here's how I'm going to lay it out. But most importantly, I don't think that if you don't have that leverage, then you cannot be in a position to bully anyone into getting what you want. You simply cannot come with your hands swinging and say, listen, I know you have this, and you're lacking two to form the government, but this is what I'm demanding. This is what I'm going to do, without sitting down and having any sort of consultation with you. It doesn't work like that. And I think that, one of the things that we see here in this part of the world, in this region, is too many people who are being led by their egos. You cannot in one breath say it is about the people, for the people, in the interest of the people, but yet still you cannot see the trees beyond the forest. There has to be some level of humility. There are people, I will tell you right now, there are people that I may not like. I may not like you. But that doesn't mean I'm going to make that a hindrance why we can't get into government. I just have to deal with you. Or perhaps deal around you. Or whatever the case may be. But the big picture and the big objective here is to save this country so that we can live better. That is the main thing here. I'm not going to play that down.
And in the absence of those realities, the person who is coming into this arrangement with the UNC, let's face it, the UNC is dominant. The UNC is the monolithic here. You must come with some kind of protocol, some kind of vision as to where you believe that you'll be more successful. Obviously, you can't come and tell me that you want a safe seat, but you're talking about some seat in Caroni, which of course is safe to the UNC. So therefore, you must come with something, in other words, to add value. And without that, it just cannot happen ad hominem, amorphous, and maybe out of the sky, like some kind of epiphany. It doesn't happen like that.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen like that.
That's right, I agree. I don't know, do you have your live running?
Yes, it is. What's happened?
Well, I think that's what's giving somewhat of a feedback. That's why we're not. I told you yesterday that if your feed is running, it
earlier doesn't do that. I think I switched to. I switched to a particular virtual. I think that it is some problem, but we'll fix that. I know I'm not to switch to that again. All right.
No. You leave your I'm going anytime. We just watching something here. But go ahead, and that is very true what it is you're mentioning there. Mikey, while it is we doing our do, let me just take this call here. By the meanwhile,
Go ahead.
morning caller, let us know where you're calling from and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning.
Understand the logic of some people in their thinking and the way how they analyze things. Now, talking that the UNC have an accommodation. Because if they don't have an accommodation, then people are going to vote for Gary and they're going to vote for Matela and all these kind of things. So these people, the same way, how the same people will come and say how important it is to get rid of the Rowley government and the bad job that they're doing in governance. These same people who know that Gary Griffith or Matela Party don't stand no chance in hell. So even form government for these parties that they give the remaining government. They just think that okay, yeah, what let me put like what my just said, let me put my egos aside. Let me think about country, let me think about the future, and let me decide that if I hate Kamala, if I hate UNC, the problem is not Kamala or the UNC. The problem is PNM. So for me to live better and the country to go better, I'm going to put aside all everything and support something. I don't have to be a Christian or I don't have Muslim to say, hey, I believe in God. I don't have to support none of us to believe in God. I can believe in God no matter what. But the fact of the matter that our church is soon Satan. That's your option. So you can say you're a Christian and you're supporting Hinduism. You can say you're a Muslim, you're supporting Christianity. But you have to like God. You're going to be together. That's the same thing we're doing. So this logic about UNC can't do it alone. If you're in a football team and you don't believe in your players and who you have as your captain, and you're always okay to, well, we go win if we bring Messi, you know. We go win if we bring Ronaldo, you know. That's the logic with where understand I'm coming with. We just do this talk. To support and put your energy out in the universe so that it will draw that positivity. All the kind of negative glasses, business will be talking. Oh, if you support, and they say you're like the ground report and you're like the UNC. So this is always saying, why are you not supporting PNM and done all this stupid talk? And stop condemning and trying to have this in and out. I support the UNC fully without any confusion. I know that the problem is PNM, and I know a lot of people know that too. And as they are saying, who don't want to vote for UNC and ensure that they end up in government, you just take the next 5 years how they get it and enjoy it. When people really put their wife and children and daughter in front of their eyes and all this kind of thing and enjoy it. Have a good morning, Peter.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I mean, this is where the conversation needs to be.
Well, yes, gentlemen.
This is where the conversation needs to be.
And there is argument, valid argument on either side. Experience is the best teacher. The history has shown that with a coalition, the opposition does handsomely well, as opposed to going it alone. That occurred, I think, in the 2000 elections. And what transpired, of course, it collapsed as previous ones or as subsequent ones because of the thinness of the margin of victory won and the lack of gelling of and rules of engagement. And that is something we have to also factor into all of that, and whether or not the conditions are sufficient now for the UNC to go it alone or not. But it cannot be taken off the agenda that the history and all of the other historical antecedents that has created a collapse prematurely or justifiably of arrangements such as these that we are questioning with this question that we have just posed.
Yeah, but Lennox, with all due respect, I mean, listen, I don't want to, I don't think that this is an issue that any complication should be laid out. It's simple. If you are forming something with me, I would think that you would be going somewhere to set up shop that is not going to be harmful to me. You would be going somewhere that will be able to assist me so I can assist you. I am the larger factor here. Shelve the ego, put the pride in your back pocket, and let's stay focused, laser focused on the issue of saving Trinidad and Tobago. We both agree this is the worst the worst government in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. We both agree that all factors believe that each and every one. That is the common thread. That is the essence of compatibility that is making us even think that we can come together. So we agree with all of that. So forget that we know Rowley, we know that taxing, lying, thieving, baby killing, we know all of that. The issue here now is the right move. And the right move is to understand the bigger picture. It's not just what you do, but it's how you do it. And if you want to come and form an alliance with me, and we forming an amalgamation, then you should not be playing out anything that is going to be harmful to me, especially in the public domain.
Well,
let's go behind closed door, because what you're showing here now,
gentlemen,
is if I go forward, everything. You're showing your true colors now, whether you like it or not. Yeah. Somebody has to, it's strange enough. Everybody's walking around saying somebody has to tell Rowley that he's no good. But my God, somebody has to tell other people to put down your ego, pat down your ego, now, man. We all agree that Rowley and the PNM is the problem. But the hindrance here that we are having and the hurdle that we are having is your behavior, people's attitude. It is not your aptitude. We're not here to question your aptitude, but it's your attitude, man. Come on.
Gentlemen, there has been, and the records will show that there were elements of those factors that would have had a common cause to come together. Is it that we must now determine, is it that, 10, 15 years later, that those other elements that are supposed to bring a solid unity, have they dissipated, or are they ripe for a proper engagement? We have seen, as you rightly said, Mikey, that there are elements that ought to be part and parcel of that opposing force that has not reached to that level of maturity. So what do you do? What are you left with? You have to determine now whether or not you can go it alone. And if you can, then of course the margin of victory, eliminating those factors that may cause that opposing force that was against or militated against coming together, whether or not it is viable or whether or not the greater good will suffice in order for you to compromise that position. That is, to me, what the ultimate decision must be. The UNC must decide if they're going it alone and what margin of victory as a consequence, or if they compromise their position and accept what is happening now, the animosity and the aggressiveness, and see where that takes them, in the hope that they will get a better outcome in terms of a margin of victory. That's how I see it.
Yeah. I loud and clear. So the bottom line is, people believe that, listen, the UNC can do it alone, because as you just said, LENNOX, they would have sat down, they would have crunched the numbers, they would have set out their strategies, they would have done what they've had to do. I mean, and sometimes the same people that others may be attacking is the same people who are working hard to make it a reality when it comes to victory for the UNC. So again, you cannot say that you're able to look at things from a military perspective but don't understand the art of war. And this is political war. And you have to know by now, the basic fundamental is that you are going to catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. Pat down, pat down. Hear what? Do what they don't expect you to do. And do something that you would not normally do. Change up the game. Change up the game. Let's see a different play out here. Who's on the outside, Andy?
And in some instances, circumstances will force them so to do. As we are seeing it growing.
The lines are
with a growing degree now.
The lines are big.
Yes. The lines are open, Trinidad today. The lines are open. Let me give you all the numbers.
As the line of war is
225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, or 239-5120. Or give us a WhatsApp call. We'll send a WhatsApp voice note, which we're going to start to play WhatsApp voice notes in a little bit here now. At 366-3053, 366-3053. Alright, so the lines are open for you to call and make your contribution. Morning caller, where you calling from and what's your contribution on the going report this week? Go ahead, Silver Fox.
No, the reason I believe UNC can go alone is because times have changed. Times have changed from since they was in power to now. They have a different ball game. The people in this country suffering. The people who are helped. The people need somebody to take them out of this Jericho they're in. Right? Now you take a man like Gary Griffith and put him in the party, the UNC, right? How long you feel the UNC will last? Because everybody feels there's a leader and you'll be talking every day, in night, or when he's sleeping, right? How that party would run? You see that party got break up before you said Jack Robinson? But we have to have faith. You have to have faith in the one you love, and the one you love is coming up to start the sir. Keep the faith. Stop saying this one, that one, that one. This election is all about you. All about you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. All about you. Watch yourself in the mirror and say you suffering. Thank you.
I said to that caller, go to the top of the class. That's the best rationale.
Let me see if anybody else on this. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Go ahead,
yes,
caller.
Good morning.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Andy, Lennox, Mikey, Nubian to everybody. Santa Cruz here. I say yes, but they have to stop being lazy and complacent. We have to unite and come out and vote. Leave the goat, leave the sheep, leave the everybody. Come out and vote and stop making excuses, right? And I am hearing this caller saying that bringing Gary and them and give them safe seats. No, I don't believe that is what I'm hearing. Michaela Pandey has not done anything for this country for the last 9 years. She except campaigning for the PNM and not the last general local government, the one before that. She was seen campaigning with Brian Manning in this local government election. Only sucky facing with Rowley. And it is alleged that there's a PNM financier who is financing the party. Do we want that there? Do we want Gary? We are seeing and hearing the rants and the raves of Gary Griffith because he couldn't get his way. Only think what is going to happen should we get into office and before them start acting up. What is going to happen? Bring down Kamala's government? Do we want that after we work so hard to get there? And what Rowley is doing to us? No, I don't think so. All you want to see us in government, or you go and vote for the UNC. Everybody needs to get on board, not as a united arm, not as a coalition or whatever, but come out there and vote for the UNC. Give the UNC all the support because of all the policies that they have, right? And put PNM out of office. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you very much, Ms. Santa Cruz.
Thank you very much. Whoa, boy, I tell you, it's hot.
Yes.
Who's on the outside? Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Thought-provoking.
Is there a way that it should be done?
And don't forget to make your voice notes very short and sweet. Please.
Grandy, this government, real smart.
Wow, this government, real. Let me take the next one. Morning caller.
Morning, Andy.
Morning, Lennox, and
Good morning.
Mikey.
Yes.
Morning.
Now, I hear the argument on the radio. Yeah, that's I'm saying that, there are some people that have the notion that, the UNC could do it alone. And some people have the argument that UNC could, the only how they could make it is through a coalition. Now, we have been scouting the ground for quite some time. And I challenge anybody here to dig back that data. The people, there are certain seats that the UNC cannot convince the people to vote for them. It needs a coalition. Now, there is something at the convergence, but I miss in which we call availability heuristics. There are information that is available to certain sets of people. And they are making announcements based on information that is available to them. And they are not incorporating the vast amount of information that exists within the public domain. There are certain people that want to vote other than PNN, but they will not give UNC the vote. That is a fact. That is something that we have been, as I saying, right now, and you're supposed to know my voice, so you workers, right?
All right, Renaissance Jeffrey. Go ahead, workers' rights.
Go ahead, brother. Good.
These are facts that we see from on the ground firsthand. Now, I understand it, to try to win the war with the least amount of casualties involved. Now, I can tell you about the plan because I'm afraid to talk it on national radio. Now, when you are 114, the PNM can lose them 2 seats. But the UNC cannot bring home them seats. That is a fact. The only how, if you check the data and the statistics, the only time PNM would have lost the library is through a small party. Now, we don't cause them nothing. If they say, right, the real you Philip or one of these small party fight library, and we pull out because they are custom losing it for years. And this is the type of amalgamation that it needs to have. Now, in talking with Gary Griffith, making an objective, I defend in a minute. But he too, if he had to join a party, he is looking for them because I look at early information that he would have placed it in the public domain. He don't want to join or have an amalgamation with anybody. But he cannot have a decision and I find that is correct with the man saying. Now, whether or not you are a small party or not, you should be able to have a seat where you could influence certain decisions. And at the end of the day, yes, we agree have a lot, but we agree that the whole of the public will say the same thing. But if you're going to Gary Griffith, what Gary Griffith will achieve, you're going to notice this when he's there. What you see in Gary Griffith Barrow, he would have accomplished something in Trinidad and Tobago and in the Caribbean that nobody would have never achieved. That is fact. He does talk a little too much. He probably does it, and that could only be because he's so sure about himself. Michael Jackson will say he go and win something. Michael Jordan too, he will say, well, he go and score a thing. Because they're so convinced. You say Mike Tyson say the same thing. So I am saying that the strategies that needs to be employed to win an election, we must rethink that. We must sit down with these parties and them, not for them to believe in it, but for them to have a say in certain events that they're joining up to. That is all I have to say. I'm not looking for no enemy. And that is the data that exists on the ground. Thanks, Andy. Lennox, Mikey already did a good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And that, you see, now, this is where the conversation is great. Go ahead. Who's on the outside? Who's there?
Guys, getting it now.
And I agree with Miss Santa Cruz. I mean, I really do. I mean, you have people spending all sets of money on billboards and so forth. And bring your resources together now, man. Pool your resources now. Who is that going to help? Everybody flexing muscles that they don't have.
PNM motto, taxing the country or the people into poverty, not prosperity.
Boy. All of the lines are open. The lines are open. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me see something here.
Yeah, voice notes, go ahead.
All right. Morning caller, where you calling from and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning? Sandy Grandi. Go ahead, Sandy Grandi. What's your contribution on the ground report?
Because you have true contribution. I don't know if I know. We should know that the election coming up here will be rigged. So let us call for outside intervention for help. This election here will be rigged. It is all time rigged. Believe it or not, that it's full. You hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Right.
Go ahead.
And it's truth I am speaking to you about it. Okay.
Thank you very much, Sandy Grandi. And one of the factors on all we have to look into is that we have to put the right set of candidates to it. In the elections coming up here, we have to put the right set of candidates. We must put people that could actually connect with the people, because that and all will play a factor. Just like how some people will, and I hope Lennox Smith, Michael Kerr, and many of all outside your understanding, that and all will play a factor. As unity at the end of the day will play a factor. But unity under, right, water and sugar with let me say, orange, this unite nice. You get a nice taste of orange juice. But water with pepper and salt will unite, you know, but would it taste good? So that is some of the direction some people really and truly watching it at. That's all right. Yes, they believe in unity, but it can be unity whereby it have some of the members of these small parties and all those things. They're just going about it. There, you know. This kind
But
of
when you're talking about pepper and orange juice, man, we talking about saving our country.
But unity
you walking with two. Yeah, but like you walking with two or something, or?
I understand.
Get to the point.
Yeah, but I understand Andy's analogy, because it is not always.
No,
it's not
you can't
always
understand that.
Yeah, I can. And let me tell you how. I'm saying that the material that comes to you, you don't have control as to the perfect person that you want for candidacy. So what do? You have to adapt. So if it is that is pepper and salt, then of course what you have to do is to make chow. You certainly can't make orange juice. So I understand the difficulty. It's not a perfect scenario, and therefore one must trust the party mechanism to produce the best candidate for the particular constituency in the circumstances of the country. And that is another discussion by itself, clearly, but certainly is one that one cannot factor out of the equation when we are looking for UNC going it alone, or a UNC going it with another or a couple other entities for the victory that is necessary at this point in time against a common enemy, which of course is extremely brutal and will continue to be so if they get another term.
Yeah, we kind of lost in and out.
Yeah, we kind of lost in there, but
oh boy. All right,
so,
I did something wrong today. I did something wrong. I did something that I wasn't supposed to do. So we'll correct that for tomorrow.
Come on, Lennox. Come on, Lennox.
Yesterday you was.
Come on, Lennox.
Yesterday you was hopping and skipping.
No. But he's humble enough.
Yes.
He's humble enough. He was humble enough to apologize. Now you see, now you're attacking me. I tried to now patch things up. How can we form a coalition when it is that you're disingenuous in your execution of your verbal attacks? I mean, come on, man. Totally unwarranted, man. Here it is, I'm trying to reconcile.
And then you got a unity you don't want.
You played victim now.
This is the kind. No, this is the. this is the kind of pepper sauce, orange juice problem that is not mixing. This is what Andy talked about.
Yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
trying to reconcile
I
on the
say?
issue, but you're coming out so distant.
Make a chow, make a chow.
All right, no,
Make a
no,
chow.
you're stuck in a frame. Sticking again, look at them.
I know what transpired there. I know
Yes, yes, you need to come off the corridor. Go in the hallway. Go in the hallway, go in the kitchen, but come out the corridor. Who's on the outside, Andy?
Yeah, let me take my
Who's
time.
on the
Yeah,
outside?
yeah.
Who's
All
on?
right, my friend. All right, my friend.
Give me
Acting like
supply
you're operating.
to this. Just take one corridor for now.
Is he operating
No,
in
it,
space
no,
or
it
something?
is
You look
not.
like
It
you're
is.
NASA, you know,
It
some
is not the
spaceship.
corridor.
He's still in here.
Go ahead, Andy. You go ahead and open the lines. Open the lines.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
All right, I went in and couldn't come back out.
Wow.
Who's on the outside as we wrap things up? And don't forget our fundraising barbecue, veggie tickets are being printed, please. Volunteers. I want to thank Dave from Dinsley. Yeah, man, Dave, that's my buddy boy. I was expecting some of the people who would normally support us to have called already and say, Mikey, tickets, how you distributing it? Because I know you guys to start getting these things organized to go out on the road. So yes, we are coming cap in hand with our barbecue, veggie. Remember, of course, we are reaching the region, and that is not cheap. So please, we are asking for your assistance to get your tickets. Tickets are being printed, and so reach out to us, please. The ad should be done today and placed tomorrow. Go ahead.
So I just have to
Make it short and sweet. Make it short and sweet. Morning.
Yeah, I like the argument. I like the setting and everything because knowledge changes belief, right? And you need the knowledge, and you have to be ambiguous. You can't be focused on one thing and say this is how it's going to be. Everybody needs to concentrate on what is happening. And according to Mikey, do we believe? Yes, but then we have the knowledge now that why we believe or why we do not believe, and so we can work on that. We will see where the strength is and where the weaknesses is. And we will try to strengthen the weak one by taking strength from the strong and putting it in. So and we can move on. Nice program. Everything went nice. Pretty bad. Everybody contribute nice, and I like how the program went this morning. Thank you all very much.
Yes, man. Bless it, man. Bless it. Shaz, good morning to you, my brother.
Next caller. Morning, caller. We're calling
Yeah,
from contribution on the call report this morning.
But I don't want to overcall and thing, but I feel I have to be a part of this conversation because we have to understand the mentality and the thinking of the federal. We just only think of what we see right in front of us. We don't take our time to open with third eye and see what is the bigger picture and how the consequences that unfold after. You see a man in the bamboo, he look at what he see in front of me, make decisions, and where he's sitting now, time all over the country, the past man, 20 people will end up being in that same scenario. Because you telling me, UNC is in government, are part of the opposition. There would not be no other political entity that would come and be a part of the government. Whether they get one seat or half a seat or two seats, that's the fact. The ground is like how they're calling and talking about ground. The ground is going to tell you that. You have to understand. Now, if anyone who have a little following, and have a little sense in the head, and know that now, they would not be able to be no political entity in government to make a decision. They had a little following, they got a little cottage meeting and things. So if you're telling me, I know, as the person who is in government, you to come and what your demands are. So you know to show me, say what? I don't get it. I need to show you that now. I know I would not get into government. I can't show you that you would not be the government. You would not be the political party that would govern in the country, and you will be in the opposition. That is the mentality we're trying to fight and support a coalition in this government. That you can have people that would prefer to suffer the rest of the country. Because we 300,000 CNN supporters, nothing from nothing, leave nothing, them are custom with nothing, them would anything, and still vote for PNM. But the rest of the people, the 1.1 million people that remain in the country, you're telling me, people, because they're not getting what they want, they're willing to put 1.1 million people to suffer for the 5 years, and that illogical thinking that we have in this country, that yes, we have to accommodate them, because if we are accommodating them, we will remain in opposition. But yes, if we remain in opposition, because you don't want our next set of spiteful people, like the ones that are in government right now, to have an accommodation with a political party. Tell you, hear what? All my demand that I am asking for. The supporters I have, I'm going to suffer the rest of the country to show you, hear what? I'm not going to form an alliance with you and be comfortable, because we protected and we secure, but the rest of the population now, the ones that who will say, well, me like Tab9 and me like PNM, but I'm looking for somebody else to vote for. The somebody else that you're voting for in the same position that you are in right now. And then you're going to be competing again for the next 5 years to say, well, you know, Tata should have accepted our solution. If we only win by, they'll not defeat by 5 votes, they'll not defeat by, but that 5 votes was you, that you decided that, oh, here what I can think on my own, to say, here what, I not, yes, if you're not having the bigger picture, to support the next thing, get the NM voters to pick up. Until I go sure and that's how here what any other political party would have a chance to overthrow the PNM. I'm not supporting none of that. Who could say where they want, I not support. They could be the best thing on that end in the world. So be my wife from the children for my party. I'm not supporting that. I'm supporting who I see would be the next government. And if it is that who want to have a bad mind and say what it is no different that if a man and a wife divorce and a child on drugs and not be like, and father decides that we have the child and the wife decides, here what? You see me here and the divorce, we have a battle, I have in my child help from, but if the child suffer, who suffers? And have a good morning.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Andy Lennon. 19. I'm calling from the Lamprey area. Yes, the UNC can do it alone, but at the moment, the infighting in the UNC will affect the UNC somewhat. But UNC are there, they're strong, and they can do it alone. So that is my take on it. Take care.
I want to say, as we are closing, of course, the funeral of Joseph Sandy, that young man, 15 years, is this morning. I think around 11 o'clock thereabout. He will be churched at the Catholic Church on Church Street in Laventille, and then to the cemetery, the nearby cemetery. So those of you who want to show your respects, you can do. Right?
Yeah.
And especially the school children. I know
hey, don't forget as well, we were touching on this.
Yeah. Go ahead. All right.
We touched on this subject with Eastern Credit Union as far as the information coming. 12 managers and senior employees resigned on August 31st of this year, and what we're hearing is that the ringleader, the main person, is still there, still employed, and is saying that cannot be touched. And this was something that was raised on the ground report that put this action into play, where you saw the results of some of them, of course, being fired and having to resign and what have you. We will stay on top of this story, but the ringleader, apparently the alleged ringleader, is saying that, she cannot be touched. They try to shift her around, but it seems as though those shady deals are still going on. And we touched this morning, somebody mentioned Movie Town. And reading, quite interesting that the judge had made an order that they are not to interfere or disrupt the daily practices, the business activities, not to. You can't tell the people at the end of the day that whoever booked for the banquet center or booked for this, that you are threatening them that they can't have these events. These people pay their money, the deposit. You are not supposed to interrupt. You cannot disrupt the people's affairs. What's wrong with you? Lennox, please get all the names of these Port Authority board members. We have to deal with that, especially in GR Prime. We have to deal with that. These board members, is it that the 1% mafia has infiltrated this this whole thing with this government enterprise, and they're doing the bidding of somebody? Because again, we saw what happened to Clico. Is Movietown going down the same road as Clico? So please, we need to get these board members names, what's going on, who's headed this board. I said about some Mr. Alexander or something like that. So we have to look at this seriously. What is going on? The judge made it quite clear. Do not disrupt the daily activities. Do not disrupt the business activities. If there's a booking for whatever thing, let the people proceed with their stuff. What is your problem?
Yes,
what is going on with the Port Authority?
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, it's costing us, the taxpayers, millions of dollars. Millions of dollars is costing us, the taxpayers. Yeah. So please, this is madness.
I think there's another company associated with it as well, the Port of Spain Development. So it's both of them appear to be in a conspirators arrangement to try to maybe get that company to go under, so that the 1% friends probably could get it on nothing for the dollar. So I will certainly take a serious look at it, and let's see if we can get the members of the board and of course their objective, their portfolio, their functionality in this whole process, because it is a disquieting situation. We have seen how Clico has gone, how CL Financial has gone by this government, but in the hands of persons who they prefer and rather, and who ultimately may not be able to, like showing pearls to swine, may not be able, of course, to use it, but just pass it on to somebody else who can. So let's see how that pans out.
And don't forget again, tickets are coming out. Tickets are coming out.
Oh, God with that promotion.
Tickets are coming out for the patriotic meal. Don't forget your patriotic meal. We are going to break bread. Patriotic meal, of course, for raising funds. It's our our barbecue veggie queue. Barbecue veggie queue. That's right. We have veggie as well, because we know it's drawing close to Diwali, and many of our Hindu brothers and sisters will be going through their rituals. So we do have veggie as well, and it's carded for Friday, October 11th. Yes, it's a Friday because some people in corporate want to give it as lunches for their staff. So Friday, October 11th, we are working out the logistics, where the dropping points are going to be, where you can collect it, make it easier than running up and down as the case may be. So tickets will be out. We are going to be letting you know about it. The patriotic meal, we are breaking bread together in the interest of saving this country. So people, support it, and we ask that you come on board. Go ahead, Andy, go ahead.
The people want to stay in power to govern the country. The PNL want to stay in power to make sure the Balize house turn into a soup kitchen, because there is evidence of contractors dropping material on that site, and the opposition promised them if they can't give an account for where it is going with that money, they together a building bill so big, they will turn it into a soup kitchen and feed the poor needy. And that's why the PNM fighting to stay in office, because they go say Dr. Rowley called the PNM to lose Balize house. That was fighting for all of them.
I wouldn't be surprised, no? They're also fighting to steal out the bracelets.
that is the most crucial.
From the wrong report family, the whole world. Mikey, I saw you on the bridge. Let me tell you something. The first thing that you have to do, that they were supposed to do, whoever they know, is do that soil test. If they don't do a soil test, they wouldn't know what that bridge will be going on right. Take it from me. And it's not no if or but or maybe about it. They had no they had supervisors there, first thing. They had foreman, they don't know. This is what's going on right now with this PNN. They do anything, especially with this here. So that is why I asked the last time who is the directors at those two entities, here and Ministry of Works. That is why I asked them, because those people right now don't care. Pure carry everything. You see that Rasta who is behind the Minister of Work?
all they don't know. Before they do a research and all they don't know. Thank you.
And the morning again,
Yeah,
the people of Trinidad and Tobago are very, very stupid. The suffering that taking place today in the country, all the suffering, the high food prices, the crime, right? The bad governance, bad roads, the health service in shambles. And you could go on and on.
Yes, good morning again. Good morning, Mikey K, my brother. Blessings to you for a wonderful day. All right, my answer to your question is Y-E, yes, 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 yes.
Andy, Orlando, yes, they can win it alone. And show the people and the supporters to come out and help you win it alone. And put all the names, bashing and the negative people that we can do it. Orlando said yes, right.
Yeah, Andy calling to say, yes, they could do it alone.
A pleasant good morning to the Gong Report staff, Andy Williams, Mighty K, Lennox Smith. I'm calling from Carnage, the Martin constituents. Yes, UNC can do it because they delivered before and they can do it again.
I thinking as, to start a small business. So I don't know, I just sell bottles on the, all about is a business I do, not selling bottles. I don't know if the government could give me a small business loan to start up, to register.
Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord.
Good morning, Ground Report family. Man, I am in trouble now, brother. I don't know what to do. As a man just go around the road and pick up bottles and thing and go and sell it in them bar and thing and then we'll go share and thing go. Tell me now, I want to pay tax on that too, brother. I don't know.
Good morning, people of the Ground Report. For you all good leaders, keep up the good work. You all doing a very good job. But I want you all to know that the gentleman who lost the $39,000 immigration, the assistant chief immigration officer who lost the $39,000, or purportedly had it stolen from him in Twin City Mall, is still working. Nothing has been done. Have this gentleman brought before any kind of disciplinary, there is no fraud squad investigation, nothing going on to determine whether his story is true or what. Right? And he's strutting like a peacock in Port of Spain head office. Right? Benefiting from home to office traveling. Right? But and it has been almost 2 months now and nothing has been done. Although the director of finance in the ministry has called for the man to be brought before discipline. But what I was made to understand, I did some digging. And I look at it this way. From what I was made to understand, the PS in the ministry is allowing Natasha Barrow. And if you know who Natasha Barrow is, in 2017 when she was the PS in Ministry of Sport under Darren Smith, she had to be brought before the Joint Select Committee of Parliament to account for $92,000, which she squandered. She approved and she squandered, but she and some of her staff members to go and wine and dine and have a good time in Magdalena Grande in Tobago over a weekend, right? And she failed to justify it and she was transferred out of that ministry and put in, I think it's public utilities or something, and then eventually she ended up in national security, where apparently she's doing the same thing. Now, then you're looking at the fact that I was made to understand also that the chief immigration officer, the current chief immigration officer, who's a lady by the name of Roseanne Centel Bilwin, or Bilowen, or whatever, Balloon, or whatever you want to call it, right? She and the gentleman go to the same church and are also of the same ethnicity, right? And besides that, they have a good contact in Service Commission in the person of a lady by the name of Joy Budu, who used to, Joy Sipa Budu, a deputy director for personnel admin, who used to work immigration before, right? And basically, they're using that contact to determine who they put in under disciplinary and who they not put in under disciplinary. And right, this gentleman has broken the law, and he has brought because this matter was in the papers. You all brought it up. It was on CNC3 News. All of this kind of thing. Right? And the gentleman has not been brought to account as it. Right? And the thing about it is we don't know what Fitzgerald Hines or the other gentleman we name will put. What in about this? Because we're not hearing anything from either one out of the two of them with respect to what going on with the gentleman. I was also made to understand that the person who's to be the next Deputy Chief Immigration Officer is a good friend or very close to Mr. Colpott. He and Colpott basically is real good friends in this deal. So we have to see what kind of political agenda being put in place in the immigration division, right? And kind of try to expose it a little bit because it's becoming very, very blatant at what these people are trying to do, right? The people who will stand up to them or the people who they perceive not to be of their ilk, they're trying to get rid of them and put their puppets in place, right? And we've seen it happening in the immigration division. A post of Deputy Chief Immigration Officer, which was never advertised before, has now been advertised by Service Commission. And when you look at it, one of the key players is this Joyce Prasad Bodu, who used to work in immigration before. All right, and also they have the race card playing, they have the religion card playing as well. So gentlemen, all you need to look at this and I'll later expose this real bad. Right.
My answer to your question is yes, they can do it alone. They can do it alone. But I love how Philip Alexander is supporting the UNC right now. Anderson is a boss. Trust me, he's a real boss.
Good morning, Andy Williams, Lennox, Mikey K, wrong report. Firstly, it's really nice to see all three on live video, on live feed. This is something that I was hoping that would have been done a long time now. So it's really good to see the upgrade. It makes it look a lot more professional. Nevertheless, you all said to keep it short. So no, I do not believe UNC can win on their own. UNC has only won once by themselves, in history, in Trinidad's history, and that was under Basio Pandey. That was a time where Trinidad was less divisive. There wasn't as much division amongst the people. There was division, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't as much. Besides that, PNM has taken a lot more control of the EBC since then. It is far more corrupt. They continue changing the margins, the borders and stuff like that for the different constituencies. We need an overwhelming turnout to be able to override all the cheating. And you all know that. I believe Lennox said this already, that we need an overwhelming voter turnout, to be able to override any sort of cheating at the ballot box. So the only way I think that overwhelming turnout will occur is if there's a coalition. UNC not going to get that kind of response by themselves. Sorry to say, they will get a lot of votes, but it may not be enough to override the cheating.
Andy, good morning. Mikey K, good morning. And Lennox, good morning. We can see they're feeling a little heat. Just Friday, Imbut sent people to pipe the road where they just paved last year. No, earlier this year, they bring back people Friday to patch it over. They have a rounders competition in Parliament. Imbut is sponsoring. So you can look at it on YouTube. The guys forget to call his name and he keep telling them, see, the minister sponsoring. And he walking, or now he's walking. So people, Kamala, need people There are areas where she needs to send people, and we will win the election. We cannot right now, we cannot do it on our own. Please, people, understand that. Let's not be selfish.
And the Kingsley talking a pack of garbage. About 100 garbage truck put together, he talking about. You hear what I telling you? Because that wouldn't last 3 months after the UNC win election. They're going to mash up the UNC. Fine. We saw what happened with the partnership, right? That cannot work. No. Let the UNC go alone. I believe in the UNC winning alone, and they will try for years, right? That will only destroy them. Coalition party will only destroy the UNC for good. It won't last no time at all. You think up?
Yes, honey, and Grumman Ford family, peace and love, carry spirit here. Now, let me share something with all you. It has certain people in certain diasporas in this country believe that this is PNM country because we get independence under the PNM, and they will not go against PNM. What has happened is when they get fed up and find PNM not listening to them, they will teach them a lesson. I would, in their mind, I hold them have it. Watch. We will teach all your lesson, we will do it all out, and they get fed up, they put them out, they put Robbie. They put a coup, they put back PNM, understand? When they start to get fed up PNM, they ain't getting whatever from PNM, they put Panday. After Panday, they put back PNM, because it was just to show PNM, hey, behavior surplus, we putting somebody else there. And right now, they're feeling the same way. Right now, these PNMites just want to teach Rowley a lesson. So they teach him a lesson in Tobago, but watch Tobago very closely. Understand?
Nice, and this is the last call. That was the last voice note, and this will be the last call. Right, go ahead, caller. Right, it's 10 o'clock.
Okay, Andy. Morning, Lennox, everybody on the ground report. I think that the UNC can go all the way by this stuff. All the way, because my logo is when you fight, you win. Walk, talk, motivate your people. Motivate our people in the UNC, and we can go all alone. Have a great day, Gary. Lennox, you all be safe.
All right, oh boy, we will last one. Go ahead, Only ringing, go ahead.
You can't hear it alone. I hear what you're doing. Nobody can say. Nobody can look at it alone. That's all. You hear me?
Yes, we are.
You can't look at it. Andy.
All right.
All right.
Well, that's it, gentlemen.
Right. And on this issue, as we hold on there, gentlemen, wrap up, we not have people disrespecting others, especially on the issue of ethnicity, race, and what have you. Please, listen, we tried our best. We still give you access to make a contribution via the chat. It doesn't really matter whether you like me or you don't like Andy or you don't like Lennox or whoever. We pass that stage, whatever the case may be. This is a critical stage right now. And we can't have you disrespecting people and calling them all kind of nasty, dirty, vile names. We're not. So, gentlemen, you know what the next move is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, something has to be said, and I think we have to do it. You have to be blocked once and for all. They have to be blocked.
But Lennox Smith, did you talk to the person at all and let them know?
No, not yet. I plan to do it today. I'll do that.
Lennox, this
today.
is taking place every time we come
Hey.
on. So
And they
if
calling
you
people
believe,
coolie and all them kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Right,
if
right,
you
right.
could de-escalate that,
I'll do it immediately when we would have exited. Wait for my report tomorrow, and then of course we will.
All right.
It should, or later.
When you're deep in it today, and I being straightforward, so everybody will know that Lennox Smith is so nobody will say bassness and they don't have democracy on wherever it go. Mr. Rima, come on, man. You start off good. You always with your Maduro, your this, your that, of it go. Right? You was going with Mikey. Right? He don't give a damn anyhow. All right? You're the straight thing. All right? Don't give a damn anyhow. But you cannot be on calling people coolie and all them kind of thing and getting down so and however it go. You get blocked from calling and being part of the ground report. You are still there where you contribute on the YouTube. So Lennox Smith will give you a call today, and if you continue to go down that line, we will have no choice but to ban you or block you on the YouTube too if you continue carrying on that behavior.
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you're being banned from other radio stations and other programs and what have you. Again, all your attacks are totally unwarranted. I said nothing to you to provoke that attack about loving Indian and Indian love and all. I said, well, what is your problem? What is your problem? You know, I always believe when people run their mouth, you run your business. So I ignore you, but you continue. Okay, fine. You said things about Andy and Andy this and, oh, Andy begged you to come back. Andy did no such thing. Please, don't do that. Lennox has given you all the leeway. I don't know why, whatever the case may be. I guess he believes in the democratic process.
Yes,
but the time has come now. I mean, yeah. You have basically worn out your welcome mat. So this is the last straw. You know, you could take it as being constructive criticism, people trying to give you advice, or you could jump on your high horse and start a cuss and carry on as usual. I really and truly, it doesn't matter here nor there. But it has to stop.
Yeah, and that would
be stop. Everybody making their, that's right. Everybody making their contribution and part of the program must be respected. You can agree to disagree. You may have your little difference with your ideals, political ideals, but nowhere at all can you come across and start talking about race this and race that, and who is at this and who is at that, and who had lice in their head and all that kind of nonsense. Come on, man, you're an adult. Act like an adult now. Carry yourself as an adult now. Please.
Nice. So Lennox Smith, you will talk to her today, as you say.
I'll do that immediately after the program, yeah.
So other than that, the fact that we're doing this show democracy, whether it be manifesto, police, the all who are on ban and all, this shows democracy. It's about that them slurs. We getting reports because people will report it to Facebook. They report it to, well, she's on YouTube and one thing. So it's being reported, and when it's being reported, we can get the page pull or we can get in problems. So all who may want that when we end up losing the page because of an individual maybe calling somebody a coolie and all them various things, however, then now you all will not be able to lock on. Right? So let me organize and stop that behavior, or we will have no choice but to ban us. So Lennox Smith will deal with that.
Yeah. And if you don't like what's going on here, then go somewhere else. Go somewhere else, man. Hey folks, don't forget later on this evening, yours truly, it's all about the Observer, Gael TV, of course, Gael TV at 7 p.m. And don't forget, at 8 p.m., our very own Lennox Smith Corridor Transformation. We have a lot to continue talking about. Don't forget, Patriotic Meal. It's all about the Patriot Meal, Friday, October 11th. And tickets are being printed. So, folks, be a part of it. And sell, and help, of course, your number one program. Until tomorrow, try to stay alive. We are out of here.
Since you take over, as we have to suffer, you will do nothing better. Probably really have to go. Coming forward.
Yes, people, of course, we have come to the end.
What you have to show.
Yes, people, of course, we have come to the end of today's program. A very lengthy one, a very protracted one, but very healthy indeed in terms of the discussion and the nature of the talk today and the arguments. So have a wonderful rest of the day. See you tonight at 8 o'clock. Bye-bye. And of course, tomorrow morning, once again from 6 o'clock on the Ground Report.
Crime rate is out of hand, shooting up with blessed land. We need more protection, it's time to take some action. We living in fear, it's too much to bear. We living in fear, it's too much to bear. And the PNM don't really care, Rowley really have to go. Oh, so Rowley really have to go. Oh, so Rowley really have to go. Since you take over as Prime Minister, it's plenty pressure. We have to suffer, and you will do nothing better. Rowley really have to go. Oh, so Rowley really have to go. Oh, Rowley really have to go. Since you come in power, you is a big failure. Collapse the economy and they do nothing for we. What you have to show, we don't really know. What you have to show, we don't really know. Sorry Trinidad and Tobago, but Rowley really have to go. Oh, so Rowley really have to go. The crime rate is out of hand, shooting up with blessed land. We need more protection, it's time to take some action. We living in fear, it's too much to bear. We living in fear, it's too much to bear. And the PNM don't really care, Rowley really have to go.